Coming.
We are on, but we just gotta share, and then after we just start.
We live already.
Yeah, we live. So we're just gonna get our things together to share. We had such a wonderful night last night. Uh, Last night was a show up and showdown. Steve Antoine, what Steve want? But Steve is asking to come on tonight. I don't know. Let me see what he is. Mhm. Mhm. Boy, tonight is what night? Tonight is Wednesday night. Hallelujah. Okay. Oh, holy night. Oh, that's stepping up in Christ that is on at the same time. Stiff competitions. I cannot find where we are so I can share. Did you find it?
Not so far. It's on YouTube. Okay.
Mm, when you have to share like that, it's very difficult.
Did not get a notification.
Not too sure.
Something it on YouTube. Did not get a notification. But there isn't a link ready to share. I just lost it again.
Okay, what is everybody here? Let me see here. I think it probably came on the same time with the other show, so it's kind of hit each other. What close was that? Oh, that's no. I gotta look to see what clothes that I have on to make sure that I know where I am.
Is it right here?
That was today's show. Oh God.
We'll figure
I
it out too.
wonder where is everybody that would help me to know where the show is on because I know it's on somewhere. And to John,
So I
please.
found it on YouTube. I'm trying to.
Oh, I'll find myself. Okay, so I'll share. I'll share. Hopefully, there's a clothes I'm wearing. Yeah,
Let me make sure to.
that's it.
Here.
I share it now. Woman liberty. Why John always on?
Get it for YouTube, not for Facebook.
Okay, well, so if you look at go on my name, text Warren. Okay, now I'm gonna share it now on Gemfm. I just post on Gemfm.
I got it.
Pastor Rodney.
Hello and hi, good evening, good night, good morning, what part of the world you might be.
Well, I'm supposed to be at one place, but because of the background, you would realize that I transport myself to Cuba.
Okay.
I just
lovely sunshine there too.
Yeah, you know, it's bright in the evening. Very bright. It's one thing to sit somewhere and you feel cold, you just go somewhere else and feel warm.
Right.
Yeah, so in my mind, I'm in a warm, sunny country.
That's great.
Yeah.
My goodness.
All right. Oh, T, huh? I see ya. Gotcha. Minister Olivet is on. Hallelujah.
Oh yeah.
I know these this few weeks was very busy for a lot of people because guess what? We are in the countdown. So a lot of people is doing things with their families. So I understand that the men does not want to come on again. They're busy because they gotta go cut the tree in the back of the house to bring it in the front of the house and then call it a Christmas tree. And when it was in the back of the house, it was a sap tree. All of a sudden, it become a Christmas tree in front of the house. And then when they're done, they quarrel. Where do we gonna throw it out now? It makes so much mess inside here. Where are we gonna throw it? Is anybody thinking? Was anybody thinking in the first place? And then that's a confusion for the New Year's. The next load of confusion is, honey, what do you put this box with all these things here and them here? And the wife turned and say, what things? You know this thing with all these little things that does not make sense? As a husband talking and the wife said, listen, let me tell you something. The thing that you're talking about that does not make sense is called Christmas lights. Aha, where are you putting it? That's a new fight now. Lord, have mercy, Lord. Well, my head is feeling a lot better. Thank God I talk and drink the water. I'm feeling a lot better. So, Pastor Rodney, how is everything?
In some ways, good, great, wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
The challenges are still there, though. But it's wonderful. It's great. It's awesome. God is doing what he's doing. And it's always good to be where he is.
Hallelujah.
And, participating in what he is doing. So that's where the excitement is.
Glory to God.
Yes.
Could you imagine, guys, a blessed man, one wife, and 3 daughters? Let him make a mistake in that house. I said, Dad, do this. Dad, fix this. How come this is not fixed, Dad? I pray for you every day.
Thank you so much.
So you brought in the Christmas tree already, right? You cut yours already.
Something so. Interestingly, mine looks like yours, Sister Teresa.
Artificial, right?
Was it a cashew tree or a bread nut tree? What kind of tree did you cut?
I don't know what tree it was.
It's a plastic tree.
A plastic tree.
That. Just a plastic.
A plastic tree.
Pastor Rodney is living in such a wonderful place. All he had to do is to run lights and all the trees because it have so much red on them. It's so gorgeous,
Oh,
so beautiful up there.
yeah.
I got some pictures when I was talking to him. Just keeps snapping the picture. So, oh, just turn your car this way. Turn the camera so I can see that tree. It's such a gorgeous, and he's living close to a beach. And there's a beach just coming up, and then he turned it. Oh Lord, Pastor Rodney, I'm coming to Grenada. Don't worry.
Please do.
This
2022.
Oh Lord, this is gonna pass, and then at least I'll get a full month to fly, and I'll come to Grenada and just drop me on the beach. That's all.
Right.
Luggage and everything, just leave me there. There's a big tree. I don't mark that tree already. Me, Doris, and Teresa and Olivet, we're gonna stay by the tree. We don't need house. It's gonna just take it away down there. Everything is gonna be fine. Anyway, guys, I want you to know that we live and well, and see me talking as usual. We had a wonderful show last night with the couples, intimacy in marriage. I want you guys to know that you have to feel very sorry for me. I was butchered last night.
Oh
So
my.
I got to pretend that I'm three persons in one. So I got my sheet, I cover my head, then I become like a Muslim woman. It was it was really bad last night. John took advantage of the conversation. So I felt naked. I felt uncomfortable. I put on a jacket and that did not work. I got myself a sheet and I was well covered. It was bad last night. It was bad in a good way. We had so much fun. Fun, 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 fun. But we give God praise and thanks. I think he's still at work. So thank you, Jesus. So tonight is going to be a nice show. Oh, everybody that came on the show, they laugh and laugh and laugh at me last night. Laugh until I got some comments. And this morning, and one woman said, she said, "Please tell me that the show is going to be on tonight." I'm like, "No, it's not going to be on tonight. You think that I'm going to be on? That will not happen." So it was fun, 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 but the topics just had me in a different era, because I'm from the old school and certain things that you don't say out loud. But it was healthy for the body, not good for the mind, but for the body was good. So what are we going to talk about tonight? You're not talking about everything else except the program tonight. Well, this is Texman Warren again on Heart to Heart. Men hurt twice more than ladies. And now we have a man here tonight. This is Pastor Rodney. And just as how John took advantage last night, I will take advantage of Pastor Rodney tonight. So Pastor Rodney, if you have a sheet, you better run and get your sheet. But I know you have broad shoulders, so everything is going to be okay.
Yeah, I was just checking,
You was just checking your shoulders.
Yeah.
Amen, amen, amen. So we want to, tonight is closing night, because after this is what? The end of the year? So, wow, so the show at least run for a full year and more? This is good. This is awesome. A full year with Heart to Heart. Finally, my book is done, but I'm just going to go back on one of the statement that was made in the show today, and we also want to bring it into tonight program, because it's just us and the rest of the men is not here, just in case they're listening somewhere. How was the year, for Heart to Heart, Pastor Rodney?
Where did my Okay, you look good. I was just trying to unmute my mic there.
Okay.
Well, it was really an adventure for me. First of all, I began wondering, well, what did Sister Teresa invite me here for? What am I doing here? Then somewhere along the line, I got to remember a prayer I prayed at one time, that all of the experiences that God has allowed me to encounter or to experience, that he must have a purpose, he must have a plan. And finally, this year, heart to heart, I began to discover that yes, I do have an avenue, I do have an outlet, I do have somewhere I can connect with other men and be able to share with them my experiences. But what I realize is that there is still that gap, there is still that void between what we say this Christian life is and what is actually experienced. There is still a group of young people, a group of young men out there that are looking at us as men and saying, this life you're talking about sounds really too perfect for me. That's not who I am. But one of the main things I learned this year was to bear it all. You know, I mean, not to BEAR, but to BARE, to bear it. Do not pretend, but to be as real as possible and not to be afraid to share my scars so that others can see the realness. And I think it is reaping good dividends. So I say thanks to God for allowing me to be here. Thanks to the host, Tex, and thank you, Sister Teresa, for the invitation to be here.
Amen. Amen. We truly give God thanks because when the Lord has given me that show and I went to Dale and we talk about it and she says, well, why don't you do heart? So I say, heart to heart? She says, yeah. And then I said, from my heart to God heart. It truly had hit home for me to know that men could come into marriage and still being hurt as a boy and not understanding that you don't just leave home and be all over the map, but you could be at a place where you can get healing. And I did not know how that was going to work. I know I've done a program like this for many years ago, but it was done based on a courthouse where men hurt and they may hit the table, and then the judge will say that you hit the table with intention of hitting the wife. So it was like an abuse situation where they was just accusing the men only for abusing the wife. Not saying that does not happen, but in the sense of it was just all the time, it's just the men that's getting charged. All the time it was just the men coming out of jail. All the time, every night that you get to work about we started 6 in the evening from 6 to 10. And as a woman, I had to sit before these men, and some of them were so nasty, but not really. They was nasty towards me, but not in a sense of just cursing women on a whole. And I took it on, and then one night I couldn't take it. I said, wait a minute. I want to understand what I'm getting into. And my boss that time was Donna Butler. And I said to the Lord, I said, I want to really understand this thing, because I'm coming here night after night. I've just finished. It was part of the course I was doing, and it was addiction and abuse, sex addiction, alcohol addiction. So I was in this class. So we had to get a placement. So my placement for the 6 months was there. So I began to read the files to see what now I could really open up about it, because it has been over 6-7 years now, 8 years. So I can talk about it now because I'm over this clause that they had me in there. You can't really go into too much of detail. And then one of the our supervisor then was Trudy. So the men were coming, oh, you women bleed, and I don't know how you guys don't die and women bleed, and just these kind of hurtful words. And I remember that 5:30, I left home, and I sit in the parking lot of the courthouse, and I really cried. I cried because I know I can help, and then I cried because my hands are tied. So I decided at the last night, I know exactly what I'm gonna do, because this is the weekend coming up, and if they want to say don't come back, that was fine. I'm with me. And I got in there that night, and Trudy said, what's up? I says, nothing. He says, the way you come in, it seems as though something is up. Well, no. So I got the files and I went upstairs, and then we began to the session and begin where you have to call their names. And I came to this man. This man's name was Rob. And I watch that man every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, he comes in just for the Wednesday program. So for every day, we had different days. But Rob was our Wednesday night guy. And we will be talking, and this guy will just be tears. He's not saying a word, but he sit there with a rush of anger, knowing after the program he has to go back to jail. He has to go back to Lindsay. And then about probably about eight something. The first time I'm talking about it live. It's about 8:45 or 8:40, somewhere there. He says, "Man, Warren, I'm not going back." I said, okay. I said, well, why are you picking on me? I said, I've been watching you and you're picking on me. And then I says, you know what, to myself, let me not take it personal, because that's how like they yell sometimes. But the way he said it, it was like I personally attacked him. So I asked, can I have a break? And I took his file and I went to the bathroom and I began to read. And when I'm reading, the more I'm reading, I'm not reading what is on the paper. And I said, this does not make sense, because I'm reading, but the Lord is making me read something else that is not there. So in the bathroom, I began to pray. And then I remember Trudy came down and he knocked at the door. He says, don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. It's okay. But I wasn't taking it personal. I was seeking God, because I had enough of men being punished. And then I came back up. And then I started to talk in the meeting where you're not supposed to talk, because the police is there. And then all the report is coming from the court, so you cannot go against the court. I just had it that night. And I said, how wicked the system is. I've been reading all you guys' file, everybody here. And the police is watching. And I says, I'll read you guys' files. And based on what I get, everybody here is innocent. And I'm going to write a letter to the court for the courts to know they have to go after women. I was not bitter at women, but I'm bitter because when you see the men came, half of the things that they say, God is not showing you. So my boss said to me, "Oh, you can't take up for the man." I said, "Then that's it. I quit. That's it." And the next morning, they called me and they put me downstairs to work, and they says, "Oh, for this afternoon thing that you'll be going to a different place." So we went on. I'm to Ajax. Well, she should have never sent me to Ajax, because all this time I'm working with B. So this night now I have to go to Ajax, and the place down there was very dark. So good luck. On the two sides there was no police. There was just us and those guys. And then I talk, and Trudy said, "Well, wait, what are you getting at?" I said, "This guy here is an innocent guy that just stuck in jail and he's out of his home for 1 year. That would not happen." And then that's how things start to change, because I didn't know. I should have opened my mouth a long time, this big mouth I have. And then after they start to take the files and thing, and they go over the files, and then they start to take report and listen to the men. And most of the men was innocent guys. And then they start to charge the ladies. And that's how I say, any day God gonna bless me to put me in a forum, I'm gonna bring men on, and I'm gonna let men know that I understand their pain and what they're going through. And how many years after I get here to do this program, and this is part of the passion that I have for men. Everybody often say, "Oh no, that's because that you love men more than ladies," but that's not true. I love everybody. But the thing is, in North America, a woman could cry and everybody run to her. And a man will stand up in the corner and drink himself to stupor. When he done, he go after this woman and after that woman and after that woman, and not knowing that he is hurting. And all he has to do is to stand up and say, "I'm hurting. How do I get help?" Then it brought me back to when they were boys. Men got treated how much time worse than a woman? Because when you're growing up as a young girl, they say to you, "You're going to get big one day, you're going to marry, you're going to have, you'll be such a wonderful mother." And a guy, all he has to know is about go outside and play. And while you're crying, just be a man, just tough it out, don't worry about it. So they get abused from all this time coming up. No matter, they're teenagers now, and their voice start changing, and you hear the mothers, "What's wrong with you? Why are you speaking high and you're speaking low at the same time in one sentence? Are you okay?" Not understanding that they're going through puberty. And I go like, my God. And then now they start to sweat and they start to smell really different. And I said, "Did you take a shower today?" Not understanding their hormones, whatever in them is going whack, all kind of things going on. And then we begin to scorn them. And if they were short, it says, "When are you going to get tall? You're taking really long." All those kind of hurtful words. Then they become a man. Then they married. After being so confused for all the years, some of them, then they come and they get married. Who know everything, and for advance, she says, "Sir, could you reach a pink cup?" And they stand up in front of the cup. "Well, I've been looking for the cup and I can't see." "Boy, that cup is on the thing." Not remembering. That's how they was taught. "Boy, listen, let me tell you something. This thing is ready." And as a wife, not knowing all these triggers, you say, "Boy, that thing is ready." You ever call a man a boy and the way he watch you? It's like, "What do you think, boy? Well, I leave that cup right there." And then they don't talk. And then they just take that added pain. They go like, "She sung just like my mother. Jesus, how long do I have to take this on for? How long do I stay in this?" And men truly get stressed out. And the saddest thing about them, they don't talk. So they just take and take and take. And then when they start taking, they just say, "You know what? I'm not going home tonight. I'm going by the bar and I'm going to go by my friend." No, he go by another man. Here the other man. I told her she was crazy a long time. Didn't I tell you that that she was crazy? You didn't have to go through that. She's just a crazy woman. I told you that. You see, that's what men tell men. They don't say, "Well, did you really figure out where the hurt is coming from?" Men don't talk like that. I'm married to Patsy. Boy, I told her she was crazy. Come, let's drink a beer. After he done drink the beer, he's still hurting. So where does he go? In the arms of another woman. So, Pastor Rodney, I'm coming back to you.
Yeah. I think you have this thing so locked down. I mean, it's like you're reading not just a book, but you're reading some of us lives there, right there.
Yeah. How do we get them to unveil? How do we get to a place where you can get men to come to that place to say, I don't know? Do you know what age that they really come to it? When they're 70 years. I remember when I was small, the things that I went through. I remember my first wife, my second wife, the third wife, and the fourth wife. That's why you see I'm alone. 70 years. And then you're going places like nursing home and you sit there and they tell you their story. I abused my children, and I really, my first set of children, I just abused them so much. And then I didn't know better, I really did not know better. If I know now what I should have known then, I would have been a better father. I would have been a better husband. 70 years they go through and they just hold and hold and hold and hold. It's painful.
The interesting thing is that Christian men are not exempted. Pastors are not exempted. You do have lots of leaders, whether it is evangelists, preachers, teachers, leaders who have not been thoroughly and properly healed, not even knowing that they're carrying such hurt and such pain, and dealing lives and so on. And I mean, even within their own relationships, struggle. And of course, it adds pressure because now you have to present a good front. You cannot present a weak, hurting, limping front. So you have to, well, I mean, for want of a better word, pretend that it's all okay. And because there is still no place you can really turn to and say, I mean, even within a cadre of leaders, a cadre of ministers, if you are to express such, I mean, you still might be looked at as a weakling or one who maybe still have not done the right thing or have not said the right thing or have not been maybe submitted enough to the Holy Spirit.
Mm-hmm. It's really painful, and I really wish that as we end this year, we begin the other year strong, and strong in the sense of breaking barriers, either going out there and physically talking out there private for a while and then come back in and bring them in. But this got to stop. Like this, not really, because it wouldn't stop now, but at least if you get the ones that are very vocal, they will talk and they will tell you, because now we have, okay, so we in our 50s, and for those of us that is married and those men that in this marriage right now, they're still running. the hurt is so real that they don't even know what to do with themselves. And it have other men that did not grow up the way that they grow up. They grow up different, and still there is no encounter of them merging together. Yeah, and say, well, they had this black group in the States. At one time, they were talking about how to help young men become men, how to bring them to that place of accepting themselves for who they are. And that did not last long. A good 3 months course, or just a summer course, and then what? They're out there. And here we have a place that men should really, boy, I know a place that we can talk. And if one man bring one man and another bring another one, just come and talk. I heard one man say it is easier to talk to other ladies than to talk to his wife. It's not that she's angry or she's rude. It's just that he don't want her to see him in that vulnerable place. But the thing is, it's okay to have a woman in a vulnerable place where she can talk and cry about her pain. And I don't know when men is going to come to that place and understand that it's okay to be vulnerable so that they too can get help. I want to start.
I think it needs to start with us believers, because apart from you Tex and this heart to heart show, the only other place I have heard men been given some kind of forum, that there's an FM radio station in Trinidad, Isaac FM 98.1, and they have this program called Men Talk. They really encourage men, and they sort of create the environment for men to get out there.
99.5?
98.1.
Or 98.1?
98.1, Isaac FM.
Isaac 98.1 FM.
Is that a show Raymond does?
No, not Raymond doing that show. There's a guy called Noel Richards, but he's also goes by the alias Professor, the Professor. Yeah, he does that program.
Monday evening.
I think it's on Monday evenings, yeah. So that's the only other program that I know of where men can really talk, but we really need these kind of avenues. And I'm not sure. I mean, for Gemfm, I mean, I know there are lots of men who are up around this time, but I'm not so sure. I mean, my experience, many of them are not willing to come on. I'm not sure if the time is an issue, but I am still looking forward and maybe hopeful that 2022 we will see some men coming on who have not been on before.
Teresa?
Yeah, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, okay, we have to start from the very younger ones. Yeah, we have to start from the bottom. However, who are the ones to take up the reign? Like Rodney say, if we could get the Christian men possibly to start changing now, then they can be the ones to, kind of mentor young boys, even beginning with their own children, because young boys want to walk in their father's footsteps. Yeah, so whatever daddy do, I will do. So you find, you find men grow up and they think beating a woman is okay because daddy did that. Or, whatever it is that daddy did, and that's what I see my father do, and that's what I will do. So if you can get, so in order to start with the young ones, you still have to have some adult ones get to that place, where I'm, going to be vulnerable and I'm going to talk and express myself and, share those things that I've gone through and hurting with. And that way we'll be able to get the younger ones now to follow them. So it's kind of tough at what point, to really get it done.
I'm working, I'm thinking, if it's gonna take me to come off on a Wednesday night to do it on the outside and do it live from wheresoever I go, I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. Because I don't know if it's because men are sleeping earlier, I have no idea. But when you look at it, men are up all hour in the night. They're in a basketball game, they're here game, they're there game, they're somewhere about. And then what? That's sad. It is a sad, but everything starts off hard and then it end up good. But we have been running heart to heart for a year and months. And it's just that this is the closing, and I don't know. If you bring it to a 7 o'clock show, they're going to say, oh, I just come from work and I'm tired. If you bring it to a 3 o'clock show, they're going to say, you know what, man, I'm still at work, it's really the traffic to come here. And then I have to pick up the kids. And then the wife say, I have to pick, they're going to always be an excuse. So I know what I'm thinking about. And then I think I will get permission from John and I'll do something different until I understand how to bring it in here and have them just sitting on here. Probably go to somewhere downtown and just talk and have them come in and talk to me. It's cold. This is Canada. But still, if you go downtown and you talk to one person, they're going to say, what? We never heard about that. That's an early campaign. Because men really need help. And how do we really break the nut? Because the real ones that is hurting, it's hard for them to say that they're hurting. Because in North America here, when a man say he is hurting, he look as though he's a weak man. He look as though he's walking on the both side of the fence. And that is so far-fetched, but it is so true. If a man cry, it's like, oh my God, I'm bringing my ego down. Oh my God, it's coming down, it's coming down. No, it can't come down. Oh, this. And they start as though they never went to school. Like kindergarten was the furthest that they reach. It's sad. It's really sad. It is sad. Woof. But Minister Antoine?
It's a very heavy topic when it comes to talking about men and hurting. And it's hard for them to really sit down, especially a woman, and share what their heart want to say. It's hard. They want to, but then they want to know they're going to get the respect when they speak. And they want to know when they do share, it's going to stay there. So they're still looking for that that does respect and that trust with that person where they want to share with. And it's so happened that even men, when they sit group to have a discussion on this, it turns out differently. The conversation go completely different because at some point somebody's shutting down because somebody don't want to. So you find they go around this circle and still nothing is being discussed. So, it's kind of drop off again and say, well, I'm not going to share this but they go back into their manhood state and say, oh, we don't need to talk about this right now. We just talk about real things. So they go off and talking about all different manner. And yet still, when they get together to play, whether it's cricket, to play board game, to sit out for a night, they can stay up and have a great conversation and they can talk and talk and talk. Even if they sit and want to talk about, even in the church, they will sit, if you have, and they will sit and they will just talk about other things, but they still not go back to the basic where they want to go back to their, to anything particular that may touch on their area. It's not an area that they want to open up, because again, it could bring them to a place of wanting to cry, but as a man, are they able to hold their tears in so nobody will look at them as crying? However, I believe as a man get older, mature, it would be a time for him to fess up and to talk some things out so that the healing can go on for that individual. As well, when they get that breakthrough, they can go on and tell other children, up there, younger one, how they got through to it. So there need to be a breaking up, like an icebreaker to say, well, will you start or will somebody start? So the mature men, I'm looking at them to say, yes, I'm willing to talk. And that's also going to take one, are they going to talk in the church? Is the church going to bring these older, elderly and older men, even in married men and single men, are they going to bring them in one night and truly said, we are going to talk about what is hurting us, so that those who are coming in and they're young adult men, we have something solid to share with them. Like somebody can quickly catch them where they're at and share with them before they end up in a different, in a place where we don't want them to go later on and then they married fall, can't manage your children. We want to be that foundation that will be them. And that's going to take the church and the elders and those who are there to say something need to be done in this local assembly where I'm at. Is it something that they first they have to identify that there's a need in the church where they're at. If they can identify that, then that's a starting point. In our society, we see where different areas are with different communities and the government's involved. That's an outside area that's also going to different opening to get through to that area. As well, this is a forum where we are communicating with all men, save and unsaved, just men who need help. So one thing we could maybe form in this area, which I'm going to leave it to later, is that we can say this is a forum where men can reach out to men and form a group here. That could be in an area, as you know. And I'm going to look at it I'm going to give an example of how men do hurts. I was brought up into a family, a big family, and I have uncles and grandpas and everybody else. And as you grow up, you can see them because I grew up with uncles and aunts. And I just watched the way my uncles that would come from work and they would come, my grandfather would be the elder one sitting on the veranda as they come in, and this is where the family would conversate. All conversation would be on the big verandas, a big place where they all come in, they would sit and they would conversate. And as children, you would see the difference because they all come in when there's a matter to discuss and you're sitting down and address it in that area. And I'd watch my uncles them and, how they would go about their own lives coming in and, the way they live and such forth, and the way they parent us as children as we come into the home, discipline us and such forth. But at the same time, I would always tell myself that, something else is missing, when you look when you look around. But at the same time, as a child, just gonna have to look. Because they can look at it, some of them had to go to work early. They didn't finish get their school done. And I can see now how it affect some of my uncles that get older and watch their lives. And I look at them, how some of them have children early and such when they bring them in, and we would just let loose, grandparents take care of us. We could see that. But then I'm saying there may be areas that's creating all this, you know. And as I look at them now, looking at them where they are, I can see they were hurting. I can clearly see my uncles them out that minute they were hurting. And I find that even myself, and sometimes my cousin, I would sit and we'd look at things and look at childhood, you know, things that we'd see. And they are hurting. So I'm saying it's beginners as they're young and they bring it up. But this is where I'm saying, since you're at this age, why can't we just form somewhere where we can start to share these things? You see what I mean? It starts from the young, you know, and so they carry this through, and now they're in an age where they mature and they're still not talking about it. So they're still hurting and they carry that through. So my concern, the church is one. How can we get that to, you know, to combat, you know, to tackle that area? And how can we do it so it can affect our next generation of youths? Because they're crying out, they are crying, they need help. So, you know, it's something that we need to, or the whole nations or us need to truly look into, and to try to get to the root of the youths, as well as get the elders to come out and start to open up this box. Yeah.
It is so painful. It's painful, but I have an idea. So I'm thinking for the month of January, we would not have a heart-to-heart on Gemfm. I'll take the time and do it outside. If I have to go to the shelter and tape it there and then come back here and run it, probably not for the whole month, but probably twice, and come back here and run it, it may help. And I don't think I would want to bring it to the church for now, because I think I'm getting tired of, I'm so sorry to say those words here. I'm just kind of getting tired of the church, because I cannot handle pretense. And when I get to that stage, I talk, and then I get in a lot of trouble with a lot of people. So for the new year, I think I'm gonna go out. And I'll go to different group of men and I'll talk. And I'll get permission to play it back on Gemfm. Let them know where I'm coming from and why I'm coming out here. I tell you why I want to reach a certain type of men. The Bible said perilous time is coming. And I don't want to be part of the group that never try and go out in places. It may be dangerous. It may look dangerous after it aired. How did you get in there? Why did you go there? Listen to me. Christ went all over. And this Christian walk, I'm just getting tired of it. Just everybody thinking it is within the four walls. It's not. Christ walked outside, and he went to some scary places too. And this is where I'm gonna break barriers, and I'll go out there. And if they don't come, I will go to them. Because sometimes you have to go to them in order for them to follow you. The Bible says the harvest is full, but the laborers are few. I don't want to be part of the few. I want to be part of the big thing. And I want to go in and I want to talk. And it doesn't matter where I'll go, because I know places that I can go and I can talk. just as I did for the summer. I brought Gemfm out. So I'm going to do it again. There's a lot of shelters. There's a lot of homeless men that people say that they reach to the end, so why worry? No, I'm going to start from the end and come in. That way no one will miss the opportunity of knowing that there is God, and in him there is mercy and grace, and in him there is forgiveness, and in him there is love. And I want the men out there to know somebody loved them. And I'll go. I will go. I know that the Lord will take care of me, and the Lord will give me what it takes to be strong where I go. I'll go. I'll find them and I'll bring them. I will do what God expects of me to do. And I know he will protect me. All of a sudden, the Lord will put a host of the angels around me, because I will go in places that Christian women not supposed to go in. I will go. I'm at that peak. And I'm not going to sit down here and wait and trust God that they will come in. I did it for a year and months. A year and what, 6 months? So no one could never say, oh, she didn't try. I tried. And when it's not working here, you have to make it work somewhere else in order to bring it back here. So probably I do have to go out. Because when Jesus started,
Amen. Yes, Jesus was the first example to show us what we need to do. And he showed the first example. And when he showed the first example, we can see he got 12 disciples. He went and he just chose men. And he poured himself into them. And when he poured himself into them, then he also sit with them. If you notice, lots of time he would spend quiet times with them. And I'm sure they share a lot of different things with him, so that when they go out, they were able to can manage when they go out on their own. Because after a while, Jesus did send them out. And he said, send them out to see what they would do. And they came, when he came back, he said, well, the people that were subjected to him, and he said, don't worry about that, but that's your name. Is it your name was written in the book of life? If that's where the scriptures, I'm quoting it the right way. But he sent them out. So just as he sent them out, we as men, God wants us to rise up as men and take our rightful place in society, and as well take our rightful place to minister to each other and to strengthen and encourage each other. Because when we don't encourage each other, who then will encourage us? That's why we are to encourage each other, no matter what we do. Anywhere we have a chance to encourage someone, we should, as men. Mr. Tex, are you there?
Yeah.
Amen.
This internet thing is like, it's right throughout the world, and I don't understand why it's fluctuating like this, but there's nothing that you can do. This is called a new era. Thank God it's coming to a halt, and the devil will stop get glory. So it seems like though he's winning, but he's
He will never win. Well, we know that God is in control, but it can never stop the program, because this program will continue to go on. So, and God is always speaking, whether he's speaking to Pastor Rodney, whether he's speaking to Minister Teresa, but he's always speaking. So, Pastor Rodney, I'm waiting to hear from you.
Oh, sure. Something that as you were sharing, it came to my mind. One of the things that maybe a lot of men they're looking for. I think you mentioned it as feeling safe and knowing that whatever is shared will remain. I remember we were dealing with a group of young people at camp. And well, I mean, even so, most of the young ladies, as soon as one of the adult young ladies began to share, look, this is what happened to me. And she began to share her story. Before you know it, almost everybody in the room had a similar story and they were willing to share. So I think that is the problem with our men. I remember being on a few forums with men, and when you ask a man how he is doing, most times, you know, you hear this, I mean, oh, everything is fine, I'm cool, yeah, you know, but never really getting to the real issue. But I do believe as if one person begins to share their experience and share their story, somebody will be willing to say, I have a story just like that. Yeah, I mean, I can identify with what you're saying. So I think that's one of the elements that we have to work towards getting, that environment where at least maybe one person will begin to share their story. And as soon as they do that, I'm sure others will be encouraged to share theirs as well. And once that happens, there will be healing. I believe so.
I see it still as, you know, they might do it in a private forum. Coming out here is quite another story. But even if you can get them in that private, you know, forum, you know, for a period of time where they talk, then maybe just one or two might just be willing to just, you know, go further and share. Because, I mean, even for us women, for me, I mean, it took a while for me to come out on a forum like this. Obviously, in the beginning, I would not even tell friends. I would not even tell, you know, people who, family members or anything like that. And then when one day kind of, you know, build up the courage to tell one person and then another person, and then, you know, it just started. So it has to start somewhere. And I know some of our churches do have like a men's group, right? The thing is, what do they discuss in those men's group? Is it just Bible stories? I'm not, you know, trying to get them to talk about their lives and what is happening in their lives and how they can help them. You know, yes, we women meet and yeah, we do the Bible thing too. But I know for our women's group that I'm in, we cried together, we prayed together, you know, we shared, and you know, that's what men, I think, have to come out with so that they'll be able to just open up and get the help that they need. Yeah.
I know, Pastor Rodney, when you look at another place, area of socialization for men, also, it's a place where you don't have to be locked up in an environment. It could be on a weekend, a Friday night. You play games, you know, cards, or you bring out fish, roasting, and do all the different things. And there is an area we can do, like from this week in this community, and change your community as they get to know the individuals and say, whoever is here, can we bring it over to, it's a form of evangelism, but a form of bringing men out and say, do you want it in your community? Can we come to your place and gather around that place and just have the open air where people just coming, and from there you can just gather from who may need, just go around and talk and see. You don't have to be enough, but you warm the area up like a breaker. And from there, you maybe can announce in the group, you know, you're here because, you know, men, you know, it's challenging for men to meet together. So I'm here tonight to say, you know, we want to talk. You can meet me here. You can just counsel here, or just to be open up. Just make it into a relaxing environment. More than one week, 3 weeks in a month, a quarter of the month. You have that, so you develop that relationship with them, and eventually, because you take it out of the church now. It's a church, but you're going out from the church and build up relation. You go next year, go swimming one day, find different, you go chop wood for help a family, come back and you start talking about a conversation. Because sometimes when you do things to help somebody, you find that they will want to talk, because now one-on-one is going to start talking but you gotta, gotta pray and ask the Holy Spirit how to go about doing these things. Because once you're in the community and help is needed, that's the time conversation come around. So I know we're in the season of lockdown and not, confined, but we have to be very cognizant of how best we're gonna bring in one-on-one. You take a bag over to help somebody, take a few minutes to talk and ask if everything is okay. I just chit chat for a while. Then you build that relationship. Okay, that person, as that's going on, that man has that challenge. You take it to another part, come back again this week and meet me again. All things. So it's gonna be a more of a one-on-one, a friendship building, and get to your level that friendship to become, a friend that you can talk to. So those are some of the areas could be for I know for here in the cold season, it's hard to get out for men in the kind of, it's just summertime, you find more socialization in the summertime in the season. Here we have in because of the winter, but in the Caribbean it's warm, not too isolated, but find ways to somebody who's having a difficult time, go visit them and get a conversation going. And that would build up. So those are some of the areas I'm thinking of how best to bring it home. And not, to say, oh, this is a church I'm bringing, not to make it rigid, but be friendly. So those are things we can try. And then, at least we said we did not shut down, we went out, so that's, some of the good things that we can all try to do to reach out. We can start somewhere. And that is first in our community. Sister Tex, are you hearing us?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I'm just thinking.
Okay. Share your open thoughts. We're here with you to share your open thoughts and to interact with you to see what we can, as the Holy Spirit speaking, we can listen and pull together to say where, we can begin.
I have tried in the box and it's not working. I'm just hearing the Lord says, I did not come for the righteous. And because of that statement that the Lord has just brought to me, I know exactly where I have to go to do this. We'll go outside. I will, it's gonna be okay. It's just gonna be okay. You just gotta bring it to a place where men need help. And winter, summer, spring, whatever season come, men are out there. Tonight is Wednesday night, and if they go to a club, they out there. They're in bars right now as we speak. It's now 9:14. It's 10:14 in Grenada. They're in the clubs. They're out there. We are in the church. So we got to go out there and make disciples. And I'm not afraid of going out. That's one thing that I'm confident in, that wheresoever I go, the Lord always protects me. Always, always, always. And if that's what it takes, I'll just do it. And that's what we're going to do it for the new year. We will start strong. One way or the other, we will start strong, because this is God's business. If you look at the church, you find a whole set of ladies, they're praising God. If you look at the stadium, there is a whole set of men cheering on the Jays game. We got to meet them halfway. And it's our responsibility now is to go after them. We're tired of sitting down and waiting until they come. And then when they come, they still don't talk. So we got to go out there and meet them at their point. Because Christ went, he told the disciples, he says, you guys can go ahead. And he went and he visited that one woman at the well. And he ministered to her. And she understood where he was coming from. There is something that calls Saturday evenings. I'll go out. If I have to go by the barber shops, I'll meet them. If I have to go in places, some bar, I would learn about the bars. I'll go in there because I know my mission. I'll go in there and talk to them. It's time for us to put this kind of attitude aside and really go out there and meet men. That I will do. I know the reason why I'm going. God knows the reason why I'm going. So if some people see me certain places, that's their choice. My ears will be closed and I'll be doing the work of God. I become radical for the new year. And if that's what I have to do to reach the unreachable, I will reach them. Because Christ came and he reached out for me. And he whispered, he said, I love you. I will go. I would not sit here for the church to come here. I'll go and meet the church. Because the Bible says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God. He said, present your body. This is the temple of God. The building is where the temple gather. This will change. And I'll show the world Gemfm is going to go places. And nobody would hold Gemfm down. They won't. I'll be going out there. Nobody is going to hold me down. The Bible tells me, I don't know if it tells anybody else, the harvest is full, man. The laborers are few. I'll go out there. It's out there. It's out there. And we will see how men is going to come in and praise God. And if it take me fasting for them, I will. Watch them come back and begin to serve God. And we will sit with our mouth open and we'll watch generation and generation come to know the Lord Jesus Christ. Generation of men, hurting men, will come to know the Lord Jesus Christ. You know why a man drink alcohol? It's because he don't know how to control the hurt because it's too much. Do you know why men do prostitution? Because they want to get over that hurt. Ladies do it, but they do it very subtle. Men do it all over the place. They don't care. You ever see a lady wants to go to the bathroom? She hide and she go in a building. She runs. Men do it all over the place. Like they have no respect for themselves. I will find them. With the help of God, I'm telling you, this is going to turn around. Probably this is the place that we have to reach in order to do the work of God. And I will talk to John. I know he will side with me. I'll be outside. I'll be outside. LCBO full of them every Friday night. Every paycheck you could stand by LCBO and watch them going in and out. And all you have to say, well, sweetheart, hello, good night, how you doing? And see 5, 6 of them, they just come and start talking. If they don't come, it's up to we, the Christian, to go meet them. Because they don't know, that's why they're not coming. So I'll go out there and meet them. And heart to heart is going to be outside. If it takes the whole month of January, then that's what it takes. Sometimes they don't want to talk because they're in the presence of their family. If I come on, I really would love to come on. The show is a good show, but they're in the presence of their house. You meet them outside, you can talk to them. And they would want me to tape them. Trust me. I will talk. We'll bring it here and we'll play it on Gemfm. And that's what I make up my mind to do. And nothing will change it. It's time for Gemfm to go outside. A lot of people want to talk, but because of COVID and they in a room with everybody is difficult. Gemfm is going to be the change of the faces out there. Oh, John is here. God, he heard me. He gonna say I kill her. I swear I'm gonna kill her, God. So good night, boss. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I've been listening to us from work coming right now. Yeah, still my work clothes. I haven't changed yet. Yeah. So
that was not me, that's my twin sister.
Yeah, I know. But Pastor Rodney, good night. Cousin Teaser and Olivette. I have some stuff to do tonight. I got all these certificates today. I'll sign up and things like that, so I can hand it out to you guys tonight. Or hope tonight I'll jump to and sign up. Yeah, I've been listening. And I heard that Olivette and Teresa saying and Pastor Rodney. The sad reality about men not being here. Have we shared tonight? Facebook banned me from sharing on my phone, so I can't share on my phone. So if you guys could share.
Yeah, but I'm seeing all kind of different things.
Share.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The sad reality is that we have situations where we are men sometimes afraid to expose the what they call so-called weakness, the indifference, the vulnerability, and so on. And a lot of stuff that is responsible for that. When we speak out, and I think Pastor Rodney kind of alluded to that Olivet, there seems to be that shame or that weakness that shows up, or if that insecurities that if they speak about what their weakness are, they might tend to be ridiculed and say, "Well, you're a big man, why you know?" But the big man is still hurting, yeah. And I make myself very vulnerable to my wife. I tell her everything I'm going through. I'm not afraid, you know. When I feel down, I go to her. Yeah, I tell her how I'm feeling at any given point in time in my life. I don't have. There's no shame in my games, you know. So I think what have to happen. I heard text mention of going downtown and so on. And while that is very, very good, I know again the shelters are there, and it will be a good place to go to. We need to do this. But I think when men want something, they go get it. Yeah. Men with, I think text. Somebody said it earlier on driving down. I heard. I think it was Teresa. I think said it. I can't remember who said it right now. But I was just driving traffic, but I heard it. And if men want to go to a ball game, they will make time to go to the ball game. If you want to go to the movies with a outside woman, they will find them to go outside with the outside woman. Yeah? If they want to do anything they want to do, that they think is important to them at any given time, they will find time to do it. Yeah? Men, you see, men with people, not only, but mankind. I have this thing I heard many years ago. I think it was Dexter Yeager who said it, or Les Brown. You have two things in life: excuse or result. Excuse Could make excuses, could make money. Could make excuses. Or create problems. Why you can't have both. So what the question is, if you meet one man on the street tomorrow morning, any one of you, I say, look, I want to talk to you. Yeah? And I ask them, what is the single most important thing to you outside of your marriage? Outside of your relationship? Outside of your job? Just one question. What would change your life? What are you prepared to change about you to make you feel better about yourself? You see? So, men, and I think Teresa was saying that just before I drive with there. She was making the obvious point that the women sit down and talk and they cry and talk about it, they release themselves, talk about what is hurting them and so on. And that is great. Men in the church, when we go to church, I think we said last night, we don't talk about issues that are hurting us. If men go and they go, men play dominoes, they play cards, they do all kind of, they play all kind of games, they go on a weekend, they do all kind of cricket, football, soccer, everything, yeah? All this stuff is done. But the real issues that are hurting them inside the heart, they don't talk about it. Those games and those things are what I call tranquilizers, yeah? They just mask the pain. They don't get is an injection or adrenaline that will just mask the pain and the concerns that really bothers them. They feel men protesting you until the wife go to sleep. So she don't have to ask him and you don't say nothing to her. Yeah? Some women stay late in the office because they want to, they don't want to bother, because they want to avoid trouble them to ask them anything. It happens. So one is solutions probably. And Tex had one idea. I think we have to make it make an invite, to men to come on here and again make another thing. We had some men coming in from Pastor Rodney, had a couple men pastors coming in and talk. I think people they feel they become too vulnerable when they talk about their weaknesses, the pain and suffering. I sense sometimes men are very reluctant to disclose what hurting them. Peradventure, they may be taken advantage of. Yeah? What we have to do, we have to meet one-on-one, probably to start there, and meet them where they're hurting. Yeah? At the hurting point. Perhaps that might be what we have to do. Brave men, you see men commit suicide. I always remember Robin Williams. Yes, he was a guy who had a video downstairs in a lobby, and he stopped and just go into the guy's video and said, "By the time you're watching this," he make a whole statement and he said, "By the time you watch this, I'll be dead." Guess what happened to him? He died. He killed himself that same day. Went upstairs and killed himself. You see? He was so happy doing all these great movies, doing all these comedian shows and doing all this stuff, but inside of him, there's a pain, there's an emptiness, there's a void. And some men walk around with that void. They're hurting. But we could talk to them, but we'll find solutions to the problem. Because you could talk, they could empty out, but the emptiness and all what hurting them. How are we feeling back when they release? How do we feel back that thing, something else to fix that problem? I could take out the old board around the house that is rotten, yeah, and think coming, but do I have the replacement for it? Yeah, and so a lot of these shows that we see and all we talk about men talk, yeah, but do we have a fix? I would say Jesus is the fix. Let me tell you something. I believe that 100%. And Jesus is the fix. But before we get to that point of Jesus, because everybody don't go into that right away. Even Peter wasn't converted yet. So we have a whole process to work with men to get into that position. And I want men to know that they can't continue hurting themselves. And the hurting is getting sicker and sicker and sicker and becoming dysfunctional men. By not speaking out and not seeking help. I think it was Olivette who was saying that on the veranda. Men come in, their grandfather and their uncles, and they're talking, but you see them, she identify from a very young age they have problems. But nobody, and none of them really seek help for it. So they go into adult and they go into fathers and husbands, and the situation at the root never get dealt with. How do we solve the problem from the root? And the problem is that nobody know how to fix it from down there. Nobody talk about this. Nobody to help down there. So we grow with it. Nobody teaches how to be fathers. Nobody teaches how to be husbands. And we grow up, we get big, and that's what is done. You get big, you get married, you have children, you're married, boom, that's it. You leave, you walk there, and that's it. But all of those stages have problems in it. And people say, well, God will do that. God will do that. We have to help one another. So men, if you're out there, don't be afraid to call us and say we want to talk. Because a lot of shows I see, I remember watching Donnie Hugh many years ago, and finding solutions for men, finding help for men. And when the men help is because sometimes it's just they don't know how to communicate. So how do we help them to communicate? How do we help them to speak up? How do we help them to reach out? How receptive are the spouse in their life to hear their story without criticizing them? How receptive, accommodating are the wives to say, well, honey, I understand what you're going through. How open are we to tell our wife what we go through as children, what we were hurting as children? How equipped is her to help? Is she seeking help to help her husband to better understand him? You see, love is one thing, but the Bible says live with him according to knowledge. How knowledgeable are you about your husband's pain and suffering? How knowledgeable he is about your pain and suffering? So if we can't fix what we don't know. You see, if I have a car and it breaks down, I don't know what's wrong with our car, you know what? Let me change the tire because I hear a noise and next thing, and then the tires, the brakes are gone bad. And I drive off again and the same thing, same noise, same happening again. So we're fixing the wrong thing sometimes because we don't know. No knowledge about what is wrong. I'm crying, yes. I think you have a headache. We get the tire off for him. Yeah? But not a headache you have. You have a hamstring. And you're paining so bad. Yeah? We're fixing the wrong problem. And what we think is a problem, we give something for that and it's the wrong diagnosis. So unless we have the correct knowledge, we would never address the real problem. And so now when we find the problem, we put a band-aid on it, or we need to teach it. Yeah? Because some situation needs teaching, not band-aid. So we have to find out. And I think we have to encourage men to talk to their wives. Don't be afraid, man. Tell your wife how you're feeling. Tell her what happened to you growing up. Because let me tell you something. Taki come from one culture, I come from a different one. Yeah? She grew up in a different environment than me. For 40 years, I grew up in one for 40 years. 80 years clash. Different culture. Home culture is different. The way things are done in her home, the way things are done in my home, the way are done in my wife, in my first wife relationship, I can't do the same thing in this one. You see? So culture, household culture, community culture, church culture, you know what I'm saying? All of these things happening. How do we embrace, fix? I love her. She loves me, yes. But how much do I know about her pain and suffering from the past? How observant are we when we see our husband doing something, our wife doing something, to say, oh, watching and observing and learning his ways and attitudes, why he doing certain things, certain times she doing that, certain times the month she doing this, certain times the month he doing that, certain times he doing this. How do I help? And men, if your wife come to ask you for help, don't say it's okay, I'm okay. You're not okay. You're not okay. Say, to her, honey, this is my problem. Even though it's she that causing something, and she triggering something, let her know. So the more knowledgeable she are, it's better she will be able to help you fix you. If you're not telling her, how can she help you? See, open up to your wives, your girlfriend. Open up to them. Let them know you're dating somebody. Open up to them. I mean, it might take a while to do that, like just dating. But if you live with somebody else or seeing somebody for 2 years, 2 years, you're dating somebody for 2 years, you should open up to them and let them know how you feel. Once you get married, and start opening up to them and they feel like, oh my goodness, what did I get into? You know, talk. Be able to communicate. Let him know, let her know. And I want to appeal to men to speak up. Start talking. Start sitting down with your wife. Tell her what happened to you. Tell her what you're going through, what you've been through. You know, if it's a job problem, it's a community problem, it's a church problem, society, just let her know. Because she loves you, but she doesn't know knowledge about you. You get it? And the Bible said to us, do help them according to knowledge, but do them only to love and no knowledge. And we're losing our husbands, we're losing our wives. No knowledge. Just love and they get divorced because they don't have no knowledge. Why she want to go? No knowledge. Why he want to go? No knowledge. And somebody's going to marry to them. No knowledge, love, lust, everything. Puppy love, everything happening. But no knowledge. Unless we come to the point where we said seeking knowledge and applying wisdom, we will forever be in that predicament. We gotta start seeking knowledge. We love them, find out about them. Learn what caused my husband to tick. What caused my wife to tick in such a what she do, knowledge. You want to become a doctor, just study science. Don't be a mechanic, you study knowledge. I love mechanic but have no knowledge. How would I fix your car? Knowledge is important to get. Same goes to your husband and for your wife. Get knowledge. All you're getting, get knowledge. And apply wisdom when you get knowledge. Not wisdom, get to know to destroy, but get to build and to fix and to build up. And if we can't do that, we're wasting time. I could love my wife as much. I don't know. I have no knowledge of how she day went, how she go, what happened to her, what she gonna, and she just quiet on me. I don't know nothing. And if I touch her pot and make me know, what you guys know it's for? You know? you know what I'm saying? Don't touch me today. What's going on? No knowledge, you don't understand. You know? Your husband come home, you want the food and you just go about the business. Why? Why? Knowledge. You have to get knowledge. You get the information. Knowledge is the collection of information. How we apply the knowledge is the wisdom. That makes the difference. And then we get to understand why they do the things they do. Because we get their story. No story, no wisdom, no knowledge. No application, because we have no information. When you have information, you could apply wisdom from the knowledge you get. I'm going to stop here for a bit. Text back.
I don't know. I said all that I have to say, and I think this is the way we're going to do it. I just need, we have to start strong. The year is coming to a close, and we got to change the way we do things. We cannot make them on the mountain, then go to the valley.
Oh, we fair to break the pins. What about that?
Probably, and we left them at the start.
That gets empty.
I'll bring back for
So we
you.
gotta go and find them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys bring some black that work for
Yeah,
me?
yeah,
I told the Lord already.
yeah, yeah,
I'll go where I have to go to Mr. Somebody,
yeah. I could
so
ask
that
him.
we not get lost in
Yeah,
the process of things.
You're allowed to?
I will ask him.
Probably there is other men that is looking for help and they get to it.
I'll ask him. Don't worry.
But
Small ones.
Okay.
we need to go out and find some and bring them in. We need to change things around. And if the Lord is going to use me, why not? I'm available anyway, and I know how to talk to men. I know how to talk to everybody. I know how to approach them. I know what to say, and then how to turn it around and tell them about the love of God. I have some men
Amen.
who says, "Hi, good morning." They say hi. The other day I was going out the door, and the guy says, "Oh my God, a long time I hear you singing, man. God, you're not even praying. Where were you?" I said, "Oh, I'm here. I'm here." He said, "I didn't hear you." I said, "Come, sugars, give me hugs." I got a hug. He said, "Give me a kiss." I kissed him on his cheeks. He says, "My God, this feels good. Finally, somebody appreciate me." I'm not afraid of hugging people. If it's one thing that I thank God about the marriage that I have, I'm free to hug and tell men how I feel about them. I don't take it in the wrong place. I don't go with where the Lord don't expect me to go. I stay within my boundaries, and I know when to call conversation end, and I know how to continue conversations. That's a gift from God, and I will go. I know John is going to give me the permission, and then we will start strong. I will come back. And if we have to take, and their one is calling, they'll come. They'll come. Trust me, they'll come. I
I think
will.
what I think what we have to do is a lot of promotion. Um, I'll make a poster and send it around. So you put up not only on Facebook but put up in your church communities and make duplicate and send it out to those different churches, different community centers. Let them know, because one of the things you could blow shell all you want, yeah. But if you talk about the fish, you don't know what you're selling, yeah.
Mm,
So it's a number of things that have to be done. And I think this year, um, I want all of you to send me a picture with your suit on, nice dress on, with white background, most of the white background, so we could make posters and feature anything. Yeah. Um, so we'll make the posters and send back to you to print out to share around for the different shows that you'll be on. So we could promote those things and them and get people to create more awareness. Yeah, for 2022 and beyond. I think it's more awareness has to be done. More dropping the show out there. Tell people what's happening. Let them know what we have going on. We can't keep that a secret. You know, we have to tell people the good news. Yeah. Another guy said he's like a great. We keep speaking about tell you one. You know. Yeah. Let's tell one secret. At least tell one secret. Tell somebody. You know. Um. Every 10 person you tell about the show, one person will come to it.
that's right.
Every 100 you tell, 10 gonna come. Those of you in marketing knows that the numbers works. Out of every 10, one person comes in. One person will buy from you. Yeah? Every 100 you tell, 10 will buy. Every 1,000 you tell, 100 will buy. It's a numbers game. So the more we reach out, the more phone calls we make, the more people tell about stuff. Don't expect people to come up, go just show up to a dance if you don't advertise it. Yeah?
Mm, mm.
People would only come when when you market your product to them. People, how many of us, everybody have a cell phone today, right? How many people 40, 50 years ago know they need their cell phone with a phone they walk with in their hand, take pictures, store pictures, um, send a message instead of writing a letter, send out an email, send a text, be able to measure a piece of wood with a phone, use a phone as a scan to scan the wall, all these apps on the phone, how to learn to drive, everything on a phone. How many 50 years ago? 50 years ago, right? Technology demands a need, create the need and a wantingness. Every 6 months, the phone haven't really changed much, but everybody buy a new one that comes out. They want a new one, almost everybody. Apple up the phone next 6 months, everyone with a new Apple. Why? The one they have working. But how they market it, it make you want it. You know, I could be selling McDonald's. I always say McDonald's does not sell make the best burger. I showed checks of 2 years I could make a very good burger than McDonald's. Kentucky chicken is the best. I think my mother cook the best chicken, fried chicken. But you don't market it as McDonald's or Kentucky. Yeah? But they sell a lot more than my mom and more than you and I. Why? They invest in marketing. You know? Even though I know you pastor and you don't even go off. Go off is a bad example. Pastor St. David. A guy in St. David see a go van past 2, 3 o'clock in the evening with fish. He blowing shell, fresh fish. Fish I read as ever. Fish just spoiled and still saying fresh fish. Yeah? But people buying the fish still. Okay, but even though he's saying the fisherman saying fresh fish. Yeah? Our stuff is fresh. Every day is fresh. It's brand new. Our store is not always the same. So we have to start marketing it for ourselves. You want people to listen to Gemfm, we have to be proud of Gemfm. Tell people about what we're doing on Gemfm. Tell them, send an invite to everybody that you on your friend list that, hey, I'm on Gemfm tonight, come and check it out. We have an interesting conversation. Sell it. You know, and that's some of the things that, you know, I work in a company that the owner take pride in marketing. Every place you go, especially now, the company name is all over the place. Why? Every week you see a Foodland, everybody have a flyer. Why? The people know where they are. I'm sure everybody knows where Foodland is. Everybody knows where Bookshop is. Yeah? But guess what happened? They still advertise the product to keep you coming. Yeah? So we have our product, our shows, our product. Our people are the ones responsible for helping to spread the good news. I think it was Teresa who made the point. Or it was Oliver. Jesus had 12 disciples. Man, he spoke to them, he taught them, and he sent them out. Yeah, you can do it all by himself. But you understand the numbers game. Life is a numbers game. So if men don't come in, meet them where they are. Let's talk to them and bring them in. 1 by 1, 2 by 2, give them invitation. Yeah, talk to the wives of the husbands. Yeah, talk to the husband, talk to the wife. If you can't get to the wife. You know, invite the wife. You know, and then see what happens. You know, invite both of them. Say, you know, because a lot of times men hurting, but they don't want to talk because they haven't told the wife how bad they're hurting yet. They don't want her to hear it on the show first. So they keep it on the down low, but they're hurting inside all the time. I think Bob Marley have a song, I'm hurting inside all of the time. Yeah, he's hurting inside. You have a pain, but nobody listens. Men send messages out, and people don't get it because they know how to receive messages from hurting people. But if you could know when a man talking or a woman talking, when they do way they dress from one stage to the other, they change the dress code, they change their lifestyle. And at work, you look at a woman, she's dressing a certain way, all of a sudden they drop. Yeah? It could be pressure from home, husband pressure, children pressure. What caused them to start dressing differently and sometimes dressing down, not dressing up anymore? You know, she's hurting, he's hurting. He stay and work later than normally would stay and work. Why? And you are working in the same department and the same amount of work during the day, and he still wants to stay extra hour, 2 hours still. Why he staying late? You hope your wife goes to sleep and don't ask him nothing when he go home. So when you see those activities taking place at work, don't be afraid to ask them for coffee or for lunch. Say, let's go for lunch, man. Go and grab lunch. Let's go with me. You know, and have a conversation on your way to lunch, way from lunch, during lunch. Those things change. You know, I find from a lot of men doing these things. I get to know a lot of men problems doing this stuff. Women, I get to know their problems by talking to them and offering them, hey, can I get your coffee? And they start talking to you. You know, sometimes I feel like walk with a pack of cigarettes. Sometimes just go outside and some of these guys don't smoke, but have a pack of cigarettes. Just to engage with them. You know, you want a cigarette? Yeah, and we talk. You know, I text in. You go to the rum shop and don't drink. You drink up. Look, this used to be a bar next door. This coming pastor. Pastor, come on, take a drink now. I go inside. No, you don't drink, but what do you drink? Drink a Coke or drink a malt or something? And we talk. Sit down and bar with them. I tell Jesus Christ come today, going straight down in the whole house. You going straight in the bar. Going for those who are sick. You call them sick people. You know, that's what we call them. That's what his reference when they ask him why he's sitting down among these people, the publican and sinners, you know. He said, I didn't come for the whole, I come for the sick. The sick, you know, it's a metaphor for sinners. Are we doing that? Is the church become this elite club that we don't want to mix with other people because, you know, they are sinners? That's what, and that's been preached from the pulpit sometimes. This sinners, where you go to the sinners for? Where you go get them? They ain't come into your place. Go out and make disciples of men. Go out and make disciples of men. We get too comfortable congregating. We start turning church inside out. Turn the church inside out. Let us be community related. Meet people where they are. Be part of the soccer team. Be part of the cricket team. Be part of the table tennis team. Be part of what they do. When you go to the mechanic shop, let us go and sit down on the pretty bell all the time. You know, listen to them, talk things, not common things. The economy, how they feel, how the job going. You know? Yeah. They know you the pastor, they know you the pastor, they know you the pastor daughter, they know you the pastor friend, they know you go to church, you know that? They know that already. You know who you are. Do you know who they are? Do you know who your neighbor are? They know you go to church every Sunday, they know you preach every Sunday, they know you your children tell them everything. You know, sister, so teach on the school. But you talk to the parent? Did you ever think about it, eh? I haven't done that last year, because COVID stuff and thing, right? I make a Christmas card and give to not almost, every worker. Yeah? One year I print some Gemfm mugs and give it out and work. Right? What's my point? People always remember you for one little token of appreciation. No matter how small it is. I used to go to the bank and there's certain tellers, they don't look at you. Yeah? Christmas time come, I had some jars like this. And I ordered the jars and they had candies inside. Just candies. Christmas candies and stuff, man. You come pack with a nice package and everything. And what I did, I had like a card and all the tellers that I go to, I give every one of them one. Yeah? And when I go to the thing, the next one go, John, come over here. I get in service on the express side. You understand? And we're going to talk to them and get to find out who they are, what they think. Well, you know, what you do, John? What you do for a living? They start questioning you. Then you have a conversation. You see, you have to create relationship. Jesus Christ was creating relationships. Whereas that liquors is not community. Some people in your community pass them every day. Have you ever give them a gift? Have you ever say, hey, I'll buy lunch today? You know, those things, men out there, they're hurting, but they want somebody to come reach out to them. They don't want to go, they're afraid to approach. Some of us, some men and some women look too powerful for some men to approach. You know women who are well dressed look threatening to some men because it's true. They're afraid to approach. We don't smile, we don't say hi. Blinders on, and we're gone. Why people don't come in? Why people don't coming to me? Why people talking to me? Why am I not going to them? Why not being the friend first? Yes, we have to be befriending people and create relationship with people. You know, it wouldn't happen overnight. But that's some of the things that have to happen. You know, to cultivate the right mindset and force the real kind of a relationship that we want. And men go start exposing. So they have to pick one person, you know, for about 3 months. And start building a relationship with that person, you know. Say, hey, I go fishing tomorrow. You go fishing with me? Like I go down. And he go fishing? Yeah, I go fishing. Yeah, you know. Let's go Gemfm, man. I'm going down Gemfm. You want to take a ride with me? I go and get some stuff down there. You go there, go by the drives, go by the bookshop or whatever it is, and you buy some food. You see how you talk some food in the car park, and you know what I mean. And you chat. You don't have to preach the gospel. You just create a relationship. Then you start come to church with your Sunday Pastor Rodney. You don't even invite him to church, you know. You say, well, I'm going to Pastor Rodney, I'm going to Pastor Rodney church on Sunday, you know. You come to church. Tuesday, I start singing this lady up there, and she buy lunch for her and walk, and then talking, and then, all of a sudden, but wait now, he said, going to church. I was what time you going to church Sunday? You know how I started going to church? A friend in Canada here, a friend of mine, she lived downstairs, always invited me to church. Yeah? But she always be nice to us. And one night, me and my wife go to a party. And we just drink and we just sit down on the thing and say, we say, fall asleep. We say, okay, you know what? We'll call Sherry until we go to church that Sunday. We go to church this Sunday evening. And then, I knew my Bible, but I wasn't going to church. And then when the guy was preaching something, I tell my wife, I said, that's not gospel. This is misinformation, miseducation. I ain't come back to your church. He said, what happened? Guy preaching good. I said, you don't know what he's preaching to. He said, he's good. He jumping around and he's saying stuff. He ain't preaching the right gospel. Yeah? So I went back home when I got home, I took the Bible and I showed her what he talking about. About Elijah. He talking about some brother Bonham. That man is Elijah in this time. I said, no. False teaching. Elijah come and gone a long time ago. you know? And then I stopped going to church with them. And then my friend got married in the church. My wife was matron of honor. I was the driver of the car. Yeah, the bride and bridegroom. Guess what? He invited me to church this Sunday after he get married. I went to the church. I met some friends. And they talked to me nice. Hey, long time to see you, John. Man call me next day. The next one call me next day. So I said, I go back to church Sunday. you know what I mean? I go to church Sunday. Within a year, I become a deacon in the church. Yeah? A deacon in the church. I've been a deacon in the church for 8 years. People will draw you. So, but you have to be available. You have to start to make yourself be a friend to people. Show them that you care about them. Not only on Sunday to come to church. During the week. Reach out to them. Drop a note. Drop a card. Give us a card. You know what I'm Christmas, give them a card. Give them a card, let them know that you appreciate them. You know, your neighbor, just, sometimes say, what, I have some food over there, I cook some food, I want some food. I just, give them something, just show some appreciation. People, men hunting, women hunting, especially now. God blow hunting now, whatever, And people who did not want to stay with each other, they had to stay together because they can't even go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? In the negative of Corona, there's a positive. So people have to incubate and they have to start to spend more time with each other. Sometimes that's why you have to intervene in that time and show the love of God. So draw them out. It's a lot of work, but you have to cultivate relationship. No matter how red the fish is, we have to water and put ice in and tell it's fresh fish. Yeah? Yeah, but if our fish is fresh fish. Still fresh. Right, Pastor Rodney? The fish is still fresh.
Oh yes, man.
Yeah.
Certainly is.
We had a pool stay together.
We are not on the air.
No? We live here.
Looking. We're not on the air.
Well, why not though? I'm showing live here.
At you, but we're not on. The rest of the programs that was on, it says the content is not available.
Facebook. Oh my word. Let me see up here. Let me see where John Callis. If you tell me I can't share now. So I can't share from my phone.
The Doris can find us. Steve can find us.
Hold on.
Some guys wanted Tommy and Bell can find us.
What clothes you have on now tonight? Check. Text on in Olivet. Talk the way the text see in here. Listen. It's tonight, you.
As soon as you click on it, it shuts off.
Really?
Yeah.
Hold on.
But you're right, it's not on.
What's going on?
Yeah, that's why I was focused
Hold on.
because I was trying to.
Okay, hold on. Let me stop it. Let me stop it and come because it's showing live going here. What's going on? Okay, hold on. Let me try something else here. Let me go. It's on YouTube. Anybody go to YouTube?
As soon as you touch it, it cannot share.
It's on YouTube, but it's not on.
It's on YouTube.
It cannot share.
Okay, let me Oh my word.
Please share it if you can.
The YouTube one. Share the YouTube one. Where is
It
YouTube
cannot
here?
share.
You can't share. YouTube can't share.
Hmm.
Hold on. Let me see. Let's see. Let me see.
It's
Let me
not
see.
like how to end this from here.
Hold on. Let me share. Let me share from YouTube. Doris. Okay. Let me see. Blisha Smith. Doris. We.
Doris is looking to begin to. He
Huh?
cannot. Doris cannot find it. He cannot find it.
Okay. I'm sharing to. I tell you, Doris. Now. Um. Can we get it in? Let's George. Map. This one. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Let me see now. Let's see what's up. Tom Coy. Camera code. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let me see. I've shared there now, and let me go back to the other page here and see what's going on with Mr. Facebook, Fastbook. See. So yeah, the daily is on here. Gemfm Radio. You will find me here. Not this one. What's going on? Okay, go back this one. When I was on walk, I was getting it. So when I was hearing you. Yeah, I'm live here. So how come they not? Let me like, let me share. Let me hold on. Let me share here with with Thomas. Let's see. What's my name again? John Kelly, Sheriff Kelly. Let me find Sheriff. 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 Go ahead. Okay. Let me find Sheriff. I'm getting a lot of fire. Let's see. Gemfm Sheriff. Where are you? Intimacy worship. Men, husband, and women. Okay, sharing that again. Let me share Messenger, search public. Share Messenger. Yeah. Sheriff Kelly's. Sheriff. Share to me. What? 2, 3. Okay. And Gemfm Sheriff. Yeah. Send. Okay. Send. Wow. Okay. So let's see what happening here now, folks. Okay. I should. See, coming over to me. Wow. Where am I? I'll listen to you guys come down. I don't know how come. But one thing for you because not allow me to share, but listening all the way
Oh, you
on
listen to
Facebook.
radio.
No, it's on Facebook.
Okay. Because I know I share it, but then when I go back, it turned into the financial show.
That was on the radio. If you're on the radio, if you're on the radio, you have to stop it and come back in, because it will be continuous while you're doing that. So you gotta, if you didn't stop it, you'll continue playing from the radio still. Let me see. Textman Warren, this Textman Warren, Pastor. What's going on? I see it now again. Disappear. Okay, no, it's not this one. Well. It's still going on. Okay. I don't know why. Okay. Wow. No, it's not showing up on my end this time again. But it's showing live on the radio. It's showing live on the other screen. Let me go up and let me see over here. Where is this was? It's an independent one, so I should be able to see up here. Independent. So Pastor Rodney, a wise way searching, and Sister Teresa, Sister Olivette. What are some of the complaints or probably issues probably you have heard from men? Being around, what are some of the issues that you'd have heard about from hurting men?
I was sharing tonight that too many of our men don't share anything at all. What you get when you ask or when you chat is generally something superficial.
Okay.
Everybody says they're fine, they're cool, everything is fine. Depending on the environment you are in, you can almost hear a competition, like each one trying to
do
to the other that they have things under control. Yeah, but as I mentioned tonight, it is only until one guy decide to open up and say, okay, these are some of the challenges I am dealing with. These are some of the issues I am facing. Then you might hear another say, well, yeah, I have similar struggles. So the lesson I take out of this is we need to get away from presenting this perfect image. Yeah. You listen to some of our testimonies in church and so on. Lots of times people give the impression that since I've been walking with the Lord, like I've never done anything wrong. So it just causes people to want to stay far, want to stay clear, want to not associate. But the moment time you can begin to bear yourself and say, okay, these are some of the issues I am faced with, these are some of the struggles I have, then you get people wanting to associate and say, yeah, I can I Come
on.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah.
They coming out. They coming out. I think I think Tex said something last week. And last week or week before with past Patrice. Yeah, but no, I think it was Bean. I think Fleming, right? And I have no. For me, I see things go up in my life, and I don't let it affect me now. I'm able to rise above those occasions. Everybody's not like me, yeah. But I could talk of the situation that affected me growing up, but it's not. It don't bother me now. It doesn't hamper my living conditions right now. Everybody's not have not come to that level of maturity to do that. So I may be a good candidate to talk about hurts, kind of hurting, but what was, yeah, what it was like then, yeah. But now I'm here. The struggle is still, we still have struggles, yeah. I always tell people I'm very broke at my level, but I change that saying being broke to overcome that cash flow, overcome that cash flow problem, yeah. Instead of saying broke, I'm overcoming something. So I think text one time make mention about having a covenant with your eyes. Some men struggle with pornography still, yeah. Some men struggle with having the outside woman still, and they're in church, yeah. Some men are going home to a woman who are abusive, but they don't want to say anything. Praise the Lord, hallelujah, I'm living good, and they get licks when they go home tonight. You know what I mean? So all this pretty cosmetic Christianity thing has to stop. I listen to text come down and say, well, I'm tired with the church thing, and it might sound painful, Pastor Rodney and Olivet and Cousin Dale. It might be a painful thing to say, and sometimes the people looking to heal you is people hurting you sometimes. Let me tell you something. I could cut you, Pastor Rodney, yeah, and my cut could kill you, yeah, but a doctor can cut you and heal you. See, they're using a different instrument to cut you. There are some people have no anesthetic to give you the cut, and they cut you, so you feel all the pain, yeah, and the pain that somebody might cut you, this might say to you or do to you, that pain never will go away that easy because they don't anesthetic for that one, and you keep hurting because then I see the person and hear the person speak, that thing come back to mind. How do we fix that? How do we help that person? What kind of antidote do we have? And like I said, people come to church and they pretend nothing ever happened to them since they get baptized. Like everything is fine. I wish everything was fine the way I want it to be. Everything is fine the way I want it to be. I always say, but you have to understand that nobody approach or nobody deal with situation the same way. So I think what we have to do is just start playing church. I think it was Sister or Pastor, what's your name again? Shirley Caesar. Yeah, we have to start playing church and be real. Yeah. And we have to come to the point, brothers and sisters, where we start putting band-aid and stuff. Yeah. And let it soak out with the air. So you don't get infected. A band-aid sometimes causes us to think that everything is covered and is nice and is getting infected in the bottom. And too much of band-aids, Christianity going on. You gotta reach out. You gotta change your method of operation. You can't do the same thing over and over expecting a different result. It's not gonna happen. So yes, so text, it's over here now. It's on I received it on the laptop. I did not attach to the system. Showing live. Is the I'm getting it?
Get it, but it's not sharing.
No.
Share, it's just the content not open.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me see you help me here because
Yes, it's on a group page. It's on something where everybody else speaks. It's not confidential. I don't know.
That's on the and the
Automatically.
on Facebook. Yeah.
It's just the content.
Why? I don't know. Okay, and that is fine. I see. I could share here. Share from here. Options. Options of few. So, Teresa de Calis, are you there?
It's about that time now. So Pastor Rodney, yes,
Yeah, it's now after 11 o'clock. Yeah, that's 12 o'clock in Grenada.
this is 11 in Grenada.
Yeah. I was just going to find out from them before I leave. What are some of the Okay, Pastor Rodney, I know you have to go. Sorry, thank you. Teresa,
Hey.
what are some of the things that what you have heard from men, issues that they face, and if there is any, what do you think what we could do to help solve some of the problem? What's some of the common issues?
John, the main thing is to get them to come out. Okay, yes, one-on-one, they might share a couple of things, they might talk about little issues. But to get them to come out in a forum like this, that's it.
So,
And remember, we always have to speak from our scars, not from our wounds. And if they're still hurting, they're still deeply wounded, they're not gonna come out.
yeah, that's a tough thing, But I think Tech's planned approach might be a good way to do it. Yeah. It might be you might have to do something like that in Grenada, probably that. All of it might have to do it with somebody. Tech's I might have to do it with somebody. You know what I mean? If Tech's I probably we I live right next to a shelter with men, probably as the pastor for permission. So we and Tech's come out there, Oliver come and sit down with them on a Saturday evening. And have a conversation with the men, and see how we could help the situation. We could do all those. There's a lot of things that I'm driving down. I'm thinking a lot of stuff. I'm hearing text from all this stuff. I'm thinking a lot of stuff. How we could bring this thing for real, And I just thank Tex because she is not just a sitting person. She's thinking, forward thinking how we can make this thing better. I love those kind of stuff when people in a group could think about future, how we could make it better, and not just going with the same old, and that's where you see. Les Brown say only quality people, OQP, yeah, and we have quality people here, yes, and that's what makes Gemfm stand out about the best. It's not just John Kelly's thinkers, we have that. We don't shut. Let's tell you something, folks. We are not short and personnel, and ideas, We have the cookie. We make the cookie, yeah. But then people are coming for the cookie. How do we get them to come for the cookie? We want to help. We want to be of service to people. We have this service available. I think probably sometimes you see one black people come out and bring food. But virtually we have no food. You know what I mean? But it's one of the things, even in church, you have stuff for men to come out and you have a church with 50 men and 2 men show up, 3 men show up on Saturday evening still. Yeah? But say you're having food, free food, everybody showing up in church. Yeah? Free food, roti and pilau, everybody showing up. Yeah? You're feeding the belly but not their mind. And they're still hungry and still crazy, still suffering, and it's just not changing. So we have to make that that adjustment and reach out, do some like I think it was Oliver was saying, go 2 by 2, yeah, go out and meet some people, have this conversation with men. Just talk to men random on the street. I don't text you a social butterfly. You know, she'll meet some people and say, "Hi, how you doing? My name is Dexman Warren. I'm God's little daughter." You know, I know she will do that. She's bold and beautiful enough to do that. You know what I mean? So we have to find creative ways to do things, and I think that might be another approach we have to take. You know, because men are hurting. We want to help them. You know, we want to help them, and they have to understand we're here to help them, and that is what we need to do. Let them know that we're here to help. We're here to make a difference. We don't want to condemn them. We want to strengthen them. We want to build them up. We want to take them from dysfunction to functional. You know, that they can better relate to the children, the family at large. You know, I put up a poster this week. This in my family. One brother is missing from the picture, so I didn't have a picture of him, and I apologize for it because you know there were some hurts in the past, but that hurt didn't bother me now, you know. But it was 2 o'clock in the morning. I mean, nobody up on Facebook, so I didn't bother. I just put the post out anyways. And they said, "Hey, this one missing, that one missing." Like, you know what I mean? So I had to write back write an apology letter to them, the family, and say, "Look, that wasn't intentional. That was the reason why," and so on. So I had to recreate the post and put the insert in it. But sometimes people hurt and they don't say they're hurting, you know. And so with my family, we say things and do things to people, and we walk away and we think that it's okay and they're hurting, but they won't tell you they're hurting still. Sometimes people hurt because of marital problems, maybe hurting of family problems in the marriage, and they come to the marriage with that family problem hurting, and within the same family structure of your family, your external family is a pressure. So you have to you rock on a hard place to balance the act of communicating with your family, the problem you're facing with your family out there. You understand what I'm saying? And then that becomes a strain on you. Like have you ever had the mother-in-law come over in your house? What kind of food cooking for my son? Kind of thing. You want to go in your fridge? You want to taste your food? Like, really? My mother ain't going in my wife's pot. I'll tell you right now. That's not her business. I'll tell you straight up. That fridge is not yours. And matter of fact, if you come to my house, I'll call and ask my wife, is she okay? You know what I mean? You're walking in my wife's house, it ain't happening. You have no key to the house, I'll call before you come. You know what I mean? Come and walk into the house and go in the fridge and see what kind of food you have for my husband there. You know, the fridge empty. You're trying to provide some food for your wife. You know? Your son, my son. Boom, go in one pot. Tasting for that I know salt. Are you kidding me? Get out of his house. That's what that place. Yeah, I like the food she cook. Please. She ain't cooking for you. Cooking for me. That's how I like my food. You know, I could lick my finger after she cook. You know how to cook this my wife food? At that place. And some men don't want to say that. And men out there tell them how to stay she in. You not being this successful? That's your house. And your wife is part of the house. She owns the house with you. It's not your house. You must have to have respect for your wife. She cannot walk into your house and tell her, "Oh, I just seen neighbor." Well, call. You don't show up in the woman and open the door. First you open the door, you push yourself to the window. Hey, that's invasion of privacy. You didn't call before you come? Oh, it's my son's house. Kidding me? Get out. No mother, my mother not come in my house and just walk bullshit with my wife's house. It's not gonna happen. I say, yeah, one of my person tonight, she was walking this house and say, "I'm going to my wife's pot and going in the fridge and see what I have." Whatever I say, "You can have a seat over here." Yeah. You can walk in and feel you could just walk in and do what you want, and hey, how you make up a bed like that? How you bedroom like that? Yeah, the bedroom is out of place for you. That's not your place. That's not your place. That's my wife's private room. That's her private chamber. You cannot go in and say, "Hey, what kind of..." No. Man, stand up. Stand up. Women suffering because you don't know when your mother to come walk in your house and do all kind of stuff in your house, tell you how your wife how to cook for you and all kind of stuff. She had time to cook for that all time. This is not her time anymore. Yeah? This is your wife time. Tell her to back up, mama. Stay, I love you very much. And but don't come in my house and just tell my wife what to do and how to cook for me. I live in that since I'm married. So don't try that. And man have to stand up and tell the parents, that's your domain now, that's your kingdom. Your queen is cooking your way, your food eating it. And if you go and complain to your mother, tell your mommy, I know what she cooking. Don't tell your mother, tell her. So she better cook for you. Don't tell mommy what she didn't cook yesterday. Then cook for her.
My God.
It's true. You come, she didn't cook last week, she didn't cook this Sunday, she cook finger and saltfish and one chicken. Provide it and cook it. Let she help you in the kitchen with it. Don't complain with the wife to your mother. Hey, ain't happening. And then not on my wife. Only good stuff. Only good stuff. If bad stuff stay in my house. If there's any bad thing to talk about, we're talking about it for yourself. And don't try to edify your wife, man. Wherever you go, talk good about your wife. So she will be respected when people see her. Yeah? From your siblings to your mother and your brothers. Yes. She's a no-nonsense woman. They don't know she's a no-nonsense woman. So let's see her treat her with respect too. Don't say you can't garbage in front of her and make her feel insignificant. When they say she representing you, not them again. Now you know what I'm saying? Make your wife feel and know that she's important to you. Somebody asked me if my mother and my wife don't want to say first. I said, my wife, are you kidding me? Thank you, mama, for brought me here. But I have my wife to create a generation. Come here, and you know, if my mom is close proximity, yeah, I try to help out there, but the truth about it is, I gotta look from the future for all the building to produce and multiply. Yeah? Guys say wife hungry, mother hungry, go feed the mother first. Let me tell you something, brothers. Your household, where your wife and your children is most important. I ain't saying neglect your mother, you know. But if my home don't have food, I can't feed nobody else. I'll feed my house first. Sorry. If my bills are paid to stay, to have my gun, that take care of us. Yeah? I can't go ask anywhere for gas bar, you know. So let me just say that gas. It come to the point where they cut it off, I don't have any gas. They cut me heat. You know? We have to come to the point where we put the exclamation mark after the stop sign. Big. We some of us men become too much a mama's boy. That everything we're going to tell mommy. When my for stay the mother. Mommy this, she do this, mommy she do that. Tell mommy. Everything is mommy. My mother used to do it, the mama used to do it so. Yeah, my wife cook and she cook a mean stew chicken now. I say, whoa, that tastes like my mother own. And that, you know what I mean? It tastes like my mother in truth. After a couple of years, my wife started tasting cooking better and better, it get better. You know I'm going to complain to my wife can cook? I can't do that. I compliment my wife for every time she cook a pot of food. I tiffin pizza pit in the pot and I'll be daddy! Mommy daddy, they're in the pot. You know? I'm eating while food cooking. I go to work and open my food, I'm proud. My wife cooked today. Nice food. Yeah? Men have to stop going to mommy. A lot of our men problem is the mommy syndrome. They want to never seen cut years, 20, 30 years ago and they still going back to mommy for nothing. Get rid of it. Let us be real, folks. You know? So a lot of men problem is the attachment to the mother, you know. They don't let the mommy, and mommy still coming out, children and nurse them still. Huh? Come here and giving the wife trouble. Oh, my son don't like that, my son don't eat that, my son. Huh? Who you come and talk to? Man, stop telling your wife about your mother negativity. If your wife ain't cooking, cook. She might start cooking. She might come and help you cooking. Oh, she ain't do laundry 2 days now. 3 days last week, she ain't do laundry. My clothes. Wash your clothes. She's your helpmate, not your slave. Helpmate. You start the process, she might finish it. My wife, I don't ask my wife to do all that stuff. People see her washing on the car, cleaning the snow, painting the fence, and where this woman come from? Yeah? She come from good stock.
That's right.
You understand me?
Let them
She's
know.
Holy Ghost filled, water baptized and sanctified. Salvation is really upon her. You understand? She know how to carry herself as a virtuous woman. Yeah? I don't beg my wife to do nothing. Because I don't run to mommy and mommy will call until I what doing for my son. My mother's called she best daughter-in-law. You understand me? Man, our problem is not running to mommy. It's stop going to mommy every time you have a problem in your house. And telling your sister, your wife, telling your sister, telling them, everybody hitting your wife and you know why she act because they call and give a piece of their mind. If you don't have no mind at all, if you give a piece every time, they don't have none for themselves. So let me tell you something, man, tonight. Let me talk to you. You want to have a healthy marriage? Don't tell your mommy nothing about your marriage. Don't tell your sister about the negative or what's going on in your house. Keep it to yourself. Talk to your wife about it. Be bold and say, honey, I have a power. I want to talk to you about it. My wife, there's a couple of days I need some clothes and the thing she said, John, them clothes there. What are you doing there? Do you want to tell mommy that? She got me to put away my clothes. No, I don't put away my clothes. In the wrong place. 2 days too late. Yeah. I be said, I be taking a shot. What are you doing? Because that, it's not in the right place. Everybody could tell daddy what you want. Daddy do this, daddy do that. Because that's how open I am. I'm transparent. Be correcting me. What happened the other day? I have in the room. And I closed my chest drawer door. And because daddy come. What? Close the door. Put the close that door properly. Do it now. Eh? This child, Abby. Do it now. You see, that is Abby. And I could tell you, nobody ever fool Abby. Yeah? Nobody ever fool Abby. Abby knows. She know what things are in the right place, one thing have to be put in the right place. Because mommy don't really not everything has to be in the right place for mommy also. I be learning from mommy right now. She know mommy helping daddy, she wanna come and help daddy too. She know daddy, mommy does me daddy do want to kiss daddy and bring, she wanna come me daddy do too. You know what I'm saying? So man, if you don't set this standard, you will have none.
Right.
You have to set it. You have to put it in place. Stop complaining and don't seeking solution. If you want something change, you don't make the changes. And you gotta be prepared. Make preparation for change. You can't ready for change and not prepared. You know somebody say, I'm ready, and go, they don't prepare? You know somebody like that? Are ready, but they're not prepared? They're ready. Men ready for change, but they're not prepared for change. They're ready, not prepared, and that's a problem. You could always be ready and not be prepared. You ain't going nowhere. No change ain't taking place. So, men, we are no text want to talk to you tonight. And we're talking to men. You're not here, but I want you to know that the women you see on that forum, they are concerned about your mental health. They are concerned about your relationship with your wife and your children. They are concerned about your spiritual well-being. Because the devil knows every man he get is a destruction and destroying of a home.
Yeah.
But if you know how powerful it is when a man's at worshiping, you see, I think Miles Monroe said that I read it many months ago. Again, another brother reminded me by putting up a post up. Lyndon Sims here. If you take a fish out of water, it dies. If you take a tree out of the soil, it dies. If you take the bird out of the air, that's where you operate, it dies. Everything we move from its natural element and place and position, it dies. We move men out of the presence of God, they die. When Adam left the garden, he died. If we do not return to Eden, man. In the presence of God. Because Eden is not a place of no they can find it. If you find every place on the map, they put it down. Eden was an atmosphere. And the atmosphere is in the presence of God. And if you're not in the presence of God, you will suffer and dead. Get back in the presence of God, man. And this is what I'm dedicating to bring you back in the presence of God. They want to see you build, cultivate, replenish the earth with your mate. And we want to help you. So if you're listening tonight, wherever you are tonight, man, know that Gemfm, and there's a brother called Alban Griffith. Text him, try to link up with Alban for the mending. He has a program because he's in England, so the time is different. His shows coming around 4 or 5 o'clock. I think Doris knows best around what time. Doris was on that show too. I get to go on his show sometimes. He have a men thing, a passion for men as well. Men crying or something like that. Right? But the brother is very serious about men too. Yeah, I don't get much time to listen to his show as I would like to. Right? But he had the same feeling, the same gut feeling for men changing too. Our pastor Rodney talking about 98.1 in Trinidad. That's the first registration my wife and I moving here. She have a friend working that station to Mickey, DJ Mikey. Mickey, what my name? How do you DJ Mikey or something like that. And that Joy 98.1 FM in Trinidad. It's a very popular station, the gospel station. Yeah? So I see listen to that every time here at Taki. Yeah? I see listen to work when I'm going to work sometime because that's what she introduced me that and used to play nice gospel music, nice shows and stuff like that. Yeah? She and the DJ guy there, his friend, he got some music too before. So this station too does have some good shows as well. So I think it's kind of link up and get together with them and let's do something collectively together too, because men are hurting every country, every denomination, men hurting, and time for men in the church to stop pacifying the wound, putting bandage on the wound. Speak up, tell it on the mountain, tell it out. We're hurting, you say hurting. If I'm hurting, you guys gonna know too. If you really get bad, but my heart doesn't have hurts to talk about, like I have a problem. And, I have marital problem. I'm saying that straight up here. I have a marital problem. I could wave a big white flag if I have one. Asking SOS, but I have the red flag and no white flag to wave for surrender and everything. Everything is open. My daughter knows. My wife knows. My daughter sometimes I talk to her stuff. Yeah, tough. But that's how you can hear tough love them. Yeah. Text knows. I don't play. Jazzy knows I don't play either. Yeah. My wife, I tell her straight up. I tell Jazzy straight up. My wife is my wife. She's your mother. No disrespect here. It's not happening. Yeah. We have to be honest, brutally honest with love. Let them know where you stand. And men don't love your children too much to spoil them. And there's other people who doesn't have the same values of your house value. They're more loose, distracted, and committed. So they don't really function like your family function. And they'll make your children feel that their home and their way of living is the best. Let me tell you something. There's a dog that very early in my school years, I remember a dog in the shadow and that bone. Drop the bone, think that bone looking bigger and better, I drop it, the same bone you had in the mouth. And some men dropping the bone. Looking over the water, dropping the bone in the water. Hold your bone and move from above the water. Go on the swallow, go and eat your bone. So one bone you go see. You see too much of bones. Stop looking at different bone, eat your bone alone. All by yourself. This shadow life we live in, everything looking double, like they need contact lens to see one. Stop that. Let's get real. Men looking everywhere to satisfy what? and they still can't satisfy. They never deal with the problem. They keep running like a river, never stop. And the sea will all be waiting for the river. It won't dry up, the water keep flowing through it. See? And sometimes someone crying river to other women. They're like women at the sea and they're receiving all the tears. So they could solve the problem of the river. River overflowing on them. And men realize that late that the sea doesn't really stop getting full. Because more you pour into it, more you take. And you still don't solve the problem of the flood of the river. How will you fix it? See? So we have to start talking about our pain and sorrows. Tell your wife. Don't tell your friend. Don't tell your boyfriend. Don't tell your girlfriend. Tell your wife. Tell your girlfriend living with come on the wife you're living with in the house. Tell them. Yeah? Let them know how you're hurting. Say, Teresa, honey, you know, I really don't know. I'm frustrated. I want to help you more around here, but I have this pain, this worry about this and worry about it since I'm 20, 30 years old. I had this pain. Can you help me? I want to talk to you about that. And don't tell him go to your mother. Don't tell him go back and tell people. You know, talk to him. Say, honey, I'm all ears. And find help for him. So you and him could help and grow together and become better together. You walk in the house, you don't say good evening. You don't say good evening either. If man coming probably very tired and just, looking in mind. Yeah? And he talking on the phone, he come in. And let me say this, I'm guilty of doing that too sometimes. Once you reach in your head, turn your phone off and go in the house without your phone on, please. There's somebody inside the house waiting for you. Cut the conversation in front of the door. Every evening you come on your phone with somebody else talking, your wife waiting for you in the house. You don't want to talk to you on the phone with somebody else. I wonder why when you want to talk to her, she on the phone with your friend now too. And you want to talk to me and get vexed. Stop this stupidness. Turn your phone off when you reach home. Turn your phone off. Wonder why she inside and she ain't talking to you on the phone. You on your phone talking, you don't talking to her, and when she want to your friend, you want to talk to her and she want to talk to you now. Do so, don't like so. Thief like we see thief in long back. Yeah? Let us be real. What you want for yourself, do unto others and let them do unto you. You complain about you on your phone, but you come in home and you're on your phone talking. And you give her a blight. Yeah. You and the boy is talking. We have a boy conversation here, but you don't have a girl conversation with your wife. You don't have a husband and wife relationship conversation. I have to go just now. My wife she make a request about more than 2 months now to get my food done. I'm too busy. I don't lose my watch on this part with my wife. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying, Tex? You understand now, Yvette? Teresa? We men, you out there? You have to stop that. Turn your phone off when you get home. Well, I don't go in bed with my phone, I stay in the office. If I ever go in bed with my phone, sometime I'm going to talk to my wife about something and share something with her. My phone stay in the office. The phone, anybody want to call me after 2 o'clock in the morning, my phone is off. You understand? You understand? My phone don't go in bed with me. If it's important, I will get it later on. I'm the most important person. Yeah?
Boundaries.
I tell you something. My workplace don't even try to call me after. Once I clock out and I hit the first step, I told you to don't call me and answer me for I'm not ready. Once you hear I leave the close the door behind me and call me, I want the phone number and see the other one say, I'm off the clock. That's wife time. That's family time. Are you kidding me? A guy called me and work one time from work on Saturday evening. I answered the phone. And what you know what I said? I said to tell him, don't call me on Saturday. I'm not at work. Don't call me. Yeah. Don't call me at my phone. You know what? I'm at work. I'm home. I give you my 8.5 hours every day for 5 days a week. The rest is mine. From my family. See, sometimes we encourage things that mess us up. We don't know when to say no. And we think trying to get more money to bring home is not what the wife want. She don't want no money, she want you. She want your undivided attention. I know why she grumpy. Why she dunking the plate down when you come, when she come in the door? Why she doing that? Ask her. She will tell you. You don't get no attention. She wants sex, she wants this, and you don't solve it. She wants you to talk to her, she wants to hug her, she wants you to rub her head, she come from a long day walk and you home whole day watching and playing Nintendo or all them kind of games and them. Watching sports, she come and you say, hi honey, and you back and you do anything. And then you want you to talk to her. When you ask her why she's so silent, why she's so mad. Yeah? Why is the black woman always angry? You know your brother say that? Your brother a white woman. Because black women always angry and aggressive. I'm from black men, they're saying that. Why? She always my business. It's your wife, she already been your business. See my cell phone? You have no lock on it. No lock. No lock. No, my email is locked. No, there's no password. That my wife don't know about my every password. I'm going for a book. Every time I change my password, I couldn't remember, so I changed the password. I give her my password. Everything my password, my wife have it. My daughter know it. Genesis know it. The book is there. I have nothing to hide. My wife will go through my phone if she want to. Scroll through my picture file. All my pictures is good pictures. Nothing to hide. If I have a friend named Joyce, she had 2 sons. I tell my wife I look, I pass my Joyce and this evening, I'll be home there. I pass by the church, I pass by the barber. And if I forget something, I just get caught up and I stop by the barber for too long. 8:30, 8:15, she didn't see me come home, she calling me. When I get she call me, she say, your wife can't check, I say, yeah, I supposed to be home since 8 o'clock. You have time to go home too? Yes, I have time to go home too. You think I'm afraid to tell her that? I supposed to be home 9 o'clock, before 8:15 I should be home. I'm not home by 8:15. Half an hour down the time I should be home. We call and find out, is everything okay? My wife come something 2-3 times for the day, see how my day going. Check me and see everything's fine. Yeah. So some people may get angry. What she coming for? Think about something a woman or something? No, she's not showing how she care. But how they were raised, they don't understand love. They don't understand somebody interested in them. Somebody who loves them, want to care, make sure the day is going well, to just cheer them up. Sometimes I work, you know, a guy tell me you never see me upset and work. Everything people do wrong, I still smile and continue doing it. You know, I repair stuff. I put some pictures up there. I fix something so nice and somebody go and drop it and break it again. In like, you know what I mean? That's something you get mad for. You don't get paid for the pieces you do. So you do it over the same time again. You know what I mean? If I get paid for every piece that they break again, I'll be happy. More money come for it, you know what I mean? But I don't get upset. People ask me why I don't get upset. I refuse to get upset. Getting upset doesn't solve my problem, doesn't make me better. Being bitter doesn't add nothing to me but take away. So men, I don't want to get angry. You know what I mean? I want to smile my way through life. I want to be able to be accommodating and helping and loving to people. And when you start doing that to yourself, start loving you, trust me, you'll find a love everywhere else. And that's how life works. So stop expecting from people what you don't do for yourself. How you treat yourself, and that including your wife, is yourself too. You will treat it the same way. So text me.
10:49, so which means it's 11:49 in Grenada.
Yeah, Teresa, look all alone tomorrow, Teresa. Your mic is blocked. All alone tomorrow, Teresa.
I'm not working. I have errands to run, things to do.
Tell me something. I see you poster up there. What is this about? Take some about 5 minutes from Teresa. Ask her what's your business. What is the business about?
So it's of course, it's a business presentation. I could invite you. I would invite you to a Zoom call. I
Mm.
give you all the details of what it is all about. But basically, it's learning the strategies of trading for yourself in the financial markets.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I wanted to know. So just I copied down to put on it to put up in to run it to put in the weekly Gemfm community page. You know, notice I put a Gemfm community page sometime. Yeah.
Okay.
I know I put it in there. I just didn't get time to do the one this week. But now I grabbed down a couple of them to put up piece of Shama and them in Trinidad. I put a couple of them to put together, but I haven't got the time to do that yet. I got a couple of things to do tonight too, but hoping that God give me strength. I'm still working in the magazine again, coming up because Anabu, the Anastasia Mitchell, who won Entrepreneur of the Year, they will be the family will be on the cover. I sent them 2 different copies. They choose the mother to go on the front on the page. They just let the mother be on the front page. So the front page will be Anastasia Mitchell and Gemfm. Yeah.
Thank you.
Entrepreneur of the Year.
And I really enjoyed that program you had the other day. Saturday? With Jay Leslie.
Which one?
With Janice Leslie. You were interviewing her. Janice Leslie.
Oh, last Saturday, me Tex and Janet and Janice.
Oh yes, Tex was on too. Wow.
Yeah. Janice is a sweetheart. She's a sweetheart.
She's my cousin too, on the other side. Eh?
Really? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she mentioned that. And she loving Tex. Yeah, she fall in love with Tex. She fall in love with Tex so much. Yeah. Tex Tiffany. I find somebody get to steal Tex from me. You know what I mean?
And like what she said, this is the first time I'm opening up, my private life on Gemfm.
Yeah.
That's how it happens, we just hit that space sometimes where everything just have to come out.
Yeah.
And a good forums where others could say, she been through that, she been going through that.
Yeah. I tell you something, I have, before with COVID, I would have people come to the studio and sit down here with me and say, okay, I'm coming for 5 minutes. And 2 hours later, we're still here talking and they didn't realize 2 hours gone. Gemfm have something in it, that just keep you coming and keep you staying. Because all of it, last summer, what more should I do? Let's come on and pray. Let's pray. Now, this is the next Oprah in the making. You know what I mean? Yeah. Look at Tex. I mean, when you look at look at Tex. How she evolved, and not only her, she grooming others. Leadership. You don't know how. You see, great leaders don't maintain followers. They create leaders. Yeah. Anytime you see somebody maintaining followers, run. Leadership don't maintain followers. They take followers and make them leaders, transforming them. Yeah, some people want to hug leadership. I'm the boss, and nobody learn or grow from them. If they fail today or tomorrow, nobody can take up from them because they haven't taught anybody nothing. Leadership is about training, expanding, and developing people. And if you're not doing that, get out of the way. Get somebody else up. And I'm just happy to see how Tex is doing this. Just expanding and growing people. We're in the people's business. Jesus said, I didn't come to be served, I come to be of service.
Right. That's right.
To be of service. And Tex is being, I tell you something, and work on them when it's up, I put my phone on the thing, and I'm people watching. Who is that? I said, Gemfm Radio. Oh, but you're here. That's the boss over there. See her there? She running that show. When Tex show. I said, that's Tex my warren. They all come. I said, that's us disciples. They're all Gemfm people. They're working. Yeah. A guy said, John, if you, lady tell me last week, if you take a year off from your work, and you dedicate that 1 year to your radio station, you know how powerful they're gonna be. I still don't. I really need 6 months vacation and true. Yeah, but it's true. You know, when you think about it, I am working harder on myself than I do on my job. Because if I work hard on myself and develop myself, my work gonna benefit from it. My job gonna benefit from my work. Because what we do for people is a job. We get paid for it. What we do for ourselves, it come to work. Yeah. So the more you work on yourself and develop yourself, the better for everybody. So develop yourself, become better. You know, read more, listen more positive stuff. Also sit with positive thinking people. You know, if you hang with 9 broke people, guess what happened there? We become number 10. You know what I mean? We become number 10. If you always hang around people that always cussing, guess what happened to you? You become cussing too. You know, you always hang people partying. Guess what happened to you? You're partying too. So the reverse is also true. If you hang positive people, you become positive too. Something about us, our association, we become like the environment that we're in. Yeah. I watch texts on the women in the morning, and they becoming better and better, more bold, more spontaneous. They open up more and come out more. Because who they associate with text, it's a short conversation, loud mouth. You know, and they becoming like that. They open up, they talking. I listen to Alison, listen to Lyndon, listen to Olivet and Teresa and everybody else. They're talking, they're coming out. You know, I think it's who has the song? I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Yeah, they're coming out. They're coming out. So text Mama, I know your time is up. I gotta go.
Amen. I gotta go. Amen.
Teresa, I can't wait to come to the left of the block in Kubla or somewhere up there, girl. Paradise River, somewhere going to cook some, you know? Take all the vegetables to Grenada. And let's check with Grenada is, you know? See you forget with Grenada is, you know? Show all the Grenada, you know?
I will show all of that all over.
All over where?
White gun. White gun. All the white gun.
I am ready myself.
Williamson Road. Hey, talk about suitcase last night. They laugh at me on Tuesday. Laugh at me last night. I'm showing you. They say I have a grip, sometimes a suitcase, sometimes a medical cabinet. My work bag, you know. You need and thread, button, cotton, scissors, pliers, everything my bag, you know. Yeah. My bag has survival kit. Everything in it. Oh my word. Life.
He was so plain that I become I'm a Muslim overnight, you know.
The temperature will go drop and then I get cold to get hot to get warm up, you know.
My son looked and he said, who's a baldy or something so.
Oh my word. Yeah. No, we have to do this thing and talk about this stuff. We can't keep it in secret, man. Solomon is a good chapter to talk about, you know. I know this morning driving to work this morning, and I was listening to what I was listening to. I had something else on the car. I was flipping to channel, and somebody was talking about songs of Solomon. Yeah, Solomon. Yeah, and the whole shebang there. Yeah, but we doing it, you know, that's what Gemfm we've been playing ball. And before you go text, I'm gonna tell the men and them, one more thing. Tell mommy to stay at the kitchen. Okay? The mommy stay at the kitchen, that's your wife's kitchen.
Come on, man, you heard that. You heard that now. It's your turn. Start talking.
Tell me one who didn't experience this mother and I come to when you tell him how to cook for the son.
I didn't experience that because that would never happen.
Yeah, some of them don't have that, don't happen. So the outlaw they call them, you know, not the inline, the outlaw. Some in-laws turn outlaws. They're too ridiculous, man. My son, you see on TV, my son, my son house, my phone call, I want to go and sit on the front seat. That front seat in your house? I let my wife want to give you that front seat to sit down on. That's my wife front seat. I tell Jenny already front seat is tacky, you tacky, give it up to her, she give it up to her. Front seat is to tacky you until she's ready to give it up to you. Yeah, that front seat house. Yeah?
Yeah.
No more than you can push and tell your wife, oh, it's my son car. Hello? That's wife car. I'm the driver, I drive Miss Daisy. Yeah, so my wife car. That seat is hers.
Anyway, let's continue. To give God praise for that, and my boss, I thank you. We'll talk about the new year that we will be starting strong. If we end weak, we cannot start weak. So we gotta put some. It's gonna be hard, but in God, once you put your foot forward, God is gonna help you through the way. But you gotta make that step in order to make the change. God,
You have one more night to go, Tex? Next week? The 29th?
that's all year's day. So we will.
No, all your days is the Friday night.
Yeah, they're gonna be a kind of inconvenience for people because we're talking about that. So we're gonna do run on to close.
Okay.
Yeah, because of the season.
All right.
And then we're gonna do next start.
All right. Tonight is a strong night. I see that it's a good night, a night of reflection. What needs to be done? What to way forward? I think it was a good night, being practical and being open about what need to be done. And I think that is a good way to end a season and think about how we're gonna go forward in the next one. We cannot go in without thinking of how we want to go through it. I think it's a very important thing that the session tonight and I think people who listen to us know that we're prepared to help them. Yeah? So they know that these people care about us and we should kind of come in. Kind of looking after our best interests, they plan how to better serve us. I think that tonight was a very important night, to say the least. Thank you again, Tex, for your obedience and commitment, and Teresa, who give up her time when she'll be going to bed tonight, still here with us. Olivet, and that's when who could have been doing something else tonight, taking off of his busy schedule to be here. It was, and Pastor Rodney, again, I see that commitment and not to see people. Some people be committed, yeah, and not loyal. But I noticed that there's a loyalty to Gemfm as well, So the loyalty and commitment is there, and I want to applaud all of you for that, because it tells me that what you guys are doing it because there is something that you commit to and loyal to. Yeah, you're not doing it for you, you're doing it for the masses, for everybody. You give up self to be here every Wednesday night, every morning, to be here whenever Gemfm calls you. You're ready to show up. I appreciate each and every one of you, for your commitment, loyalty, and dedication to Gemfm. I want to publicly thank all of you for your service to Gemfm and to the people that Gemfm serve. Continue being of service to the people and prepare for them. Prepare a table, a banquet, a buffet, so they could come in and feast on it. And thank you again, Tex, being the visionary of expanding and pulling the team of people around you that will lead people and make leaders and will maintain followers. Thank you. Thank you very much. I feel like Elvis. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Just continue to whisper into someone's spirit and let them know how much God loves them. Let them know how much you love them, and in turn, somebody is going to tell somebody. Another person is going to tell somebody. And this is seriously evangelism. I love you always. Again, bye. My name is X and Warren. I love you. This is Gemfm.
Okay.
Yes, this is Gemfm. Good night. I'm going to do some power music. So, yeah, enjoy some power music with us tonight until 12 o'clock, until 12:30. Yeah, power music. Yeah.
Later, guys. Bye
All
bye.
right. One love.
Love you, Olivet and T and John. Love you guys.
Yeah, yeah. Back in time right here on Gemfm. Tex, where's your song? I don't know. Okay, go play this one. All right, Tex. Yeah.